is your life.
This is row 1, seat 1.
Well, this is nice. When did we start doing this? Nobody told me about this. I thought everything sucked now. Do you have a card?
You get COVID? It's over. COVID said, oh, I see you having a good season. It'd be a shame if I knocked over the microphone for those listening and not watching the video.
Like, I think Sean could pull off the hair. I think he could definitely pull off the hair.
Not the color.
But not the color or the thickness. Maybe the thickness.
All of Cam's passes from this past game at Buffalo, nothing was further than 20 yards down the field. Everything was 19 yards and below. Why?
What? I've never shot heroin before, but I can probably figure it out. I've seen the people that do, and they're not that bright. Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Row 1, Seat 1 right here live on Joey Fats Radio. Live coming at you on the one, the only, the New Bedford Guide. We have a very special show planned here for you this evening. It is Football Eve. Gentlemen, we are 48 hours away from kickoff as we speak right now. 48 hours from tonight, right now, we will be talking about the Bucs and the Cowboys starting off the 2021 season. Gentlemen, football is back, and it is not a moment too fucking soon. Hallelujah.
It seemed like August fast forwarded though. It feels like it was super fast.
I always feel like once the feast is over, August is
There's
just
no
like
feast anymore.
meh.
They've abolished that.
Yeah, I know, that's crazy.
It's
They
gone
have
forever.
abolished the feast. The feast is no longer a thing. But we got a great show here packed up for you guys. We've got all sorts of things to get into. We're not even going to bury the lead. We are going to have two-time Super Bowl champion, former Patriots defensive end joining us here in about 7 minutes at the bottom of the hour to start the show, Mr. Jarvis Green, LSU grad. He will come on. He's going to give us a couple minutes of his time and talk a little bit of football with us. We were going to get into our season predictions.
Mm-hmm.
We will talk a little bit of fantasy football. We'll get into a little bit of Tom Brady sticking up for defenders, which is fun. I think we're gonna have some fun with that conversation a little bit later. We've got a lot to do tonight, guys. This is it. This is my favorite show of the year. We give you our predictions for the season, who we think is going to win the divisions, who we think is going to be where-wise when all is said and done. This is it. This is the best time of year. We all know it. I love how's that phrase go? I hate to see her leave, but I love to watch her go. Yep. That's how I feel about summer right now because football is right on our doorstep, baby.
It's the only good thing coming up.
I'm not a summer fan.
You're not a summer guy?
Fall, spring. That's it.
Oh, that's weird.
Hate winter, summer. Can't stand it.
That's so weird.
I'm always hot. Fucking terrible.
I'm always hot too, but I'd rather be hot than cold. I love
Nope.
summer.
Nope.
I love summer. I love summer too, but I think my favorite days on the golf course are the ones where it's super sweltering.
Yeah, see, I don't go on the golf course either.
I love that shit.
Love it. Like when you're pouring sweat for no reason and you're like, all I'm doing is swinging a fucking golf club. Like, why is this so taxing?
It gives me a legitimate reason to go Teddy Two Gloves.
This guy goes. He wears two. He's like batting gloves up there when he golfs. Usually, most people just wear one on their left hand if they're a righty or right hand if they're a lefty. This guy goes Teddy Two Gloves all day.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Didn't help him today.
No, it did the last time.
What'd you shoot today? Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. All I know is I smoked both of you guys.
I don't even know what you shot.
93.
Yeah.
I had a good day. It wasn't a bad day. It was an ugly 93, though.
Yeah.
It was a very ugly 93.
The whole day was ugly.
It really was. I made some great shots with my irons, just not accurate. And then there was a couple of times where I was just like, dude, why am I lipping out putts left and right? That was my theme of the day. I would get the ball to the hole, and it would just go like this. It would be like, whoop, and come right out the other side. I'm like,
yeah. You
just can't go. You too good for your home? Are you too good for your home? But we'll talk a little bit of fantasy football as the show goes on. We had our draft from my league, my personal league, not the row 1 seat 1 league. That we'll pick that back up probably next year. But we took the year off this year because a lot of people fell out and there was a lot of moving parts to it, and didn't really feel right to do it this year with everybody who had left because there was nobody really from row 1, seat 1 that was going to be around to
Yeah.
do it. So we didn't do it. But our league this year, we had a great draft at my house last Sunday. I mean, that was phenomenal. We had a great spread.
You were banned.
Cool.
Paul wasn't here.
I was working.
Blizzy missed it for the first time in 10 years.
A while. It's been a while. I've
It was
only
a
missed
while.
like 3 in like the 14 or 16 years I've been a part of the league.
Yeah, it was bad. Paul missed it, but Sean and I were there. We had filet mignon. We had shrimp. We had clam chowder,
It was
homemade.
a good draft.
We had poker. We had a lot of stuff going on. Paul's allergies are killing him. Don't worry, anybody who's watching.
All of a sudden on my way over
Did
here,
you
I
did
just,
you did you pick up fat mittens before you left mom and dad's
No,
house and like
no,
bury your
no.
face in their belly and be like, "I love you. You're such a good kid."
No, it wasn't the carrot. And then I put the dog in the truck, and I'm driving over here with the window open, and all of a sudden, like, everything just closed up. My whole face. I was like, what the fuck?
All right, so Paul's having a little mild allergy tag. It's not COVID. Don't worry.
Funny.
Not COVID.
You can't get it. It doesn't matter. But anyhow, so Anyway, the draft was a good time. No.
Draft was a great time. Draft's always a good time.
I know. I'm pissed I missed it.
Glad the drafts are kind of over though, because like sometimes you get like towards the end of the rounds, especially at the draft, you're just like whatever, just take whoever. It doesn't matter. Most of these guys are getting released. And you do the waiver wire pickups like off and on for the rest of the time. So that's really where everything else counts. It's always in the waiver wire.
Yeah.
And I know like everyone's gonna do the whole I don't give a shit about your draft team thing right now because it's
Right.
it's the draft. Nobody cares right now.
Yeah, it's
but
'cause nobody ever gives a crap because everybody's like, well, I did better than you, and I can't believe you got this guy and that, and I can't believe it. And everybody's got their, like, their opinion on it, which is so many, and, like, everybody's won this year, and I haven't made the playoffs this year. It's like everybody's got their 2 cents about it. Me, I look at my team, and I'm just like, all right, whatever. Like, I got some starting running backs that are okay. I got some decent receivers. Like, these guys are hopefully, like, mediocre, like, middle core guys that are going to at least stay healthy and get me points throughout the season.
Yeah, for sure.
That's pretty much all I'm looking forward to. I'm pretty pumped on the Bucs defense. I don't know if I'm just particularly happy about that. I don't know why, but I was happy about it.
All right. Well, you be happy about that. But right now, live on the line, as promised, we have 2-time Super Bowl champion, former New England Patriot defensive end, Mr. Jarvis Green. Jarvis, thank you for giving us a couple minutes of your time here on Row 1, Seat 1.
Hey guys, how y'all doing? What's going on? Thank you for inviting me.
Of course, man.
What's
Thank
up,
you,
man? How you
thank you for
doing?
coming on. As the only Patriots fan on this show, I can say how truly much I appreciated you because everyone talks about the Patriots and like the defensive line we had of Warren, Wilfork, Richard Seymour. Jarvis Green was right there for all those years. The Super Bowl 38, Super Bowl 39. I don't want to talk about Super Bowl 42, but I'm sure we will. all those teams, Jarvis Green was an integral part of all of those teams and such a huge playmaker. He was just it's fantastic to talk to you as a fan.
Well, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, it was a good run. For me, 7 years until Seymour went to Oakland.
Yep.
But just amazing. Just stout defense, great team, camaraderie and everything, man.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So for those who don't know, and first of all, shame on you, Jarvis Green is a LSU graduate. He ranks actually 4th all time in the history of LSU with fourth most sacks, with 20 sacks. So of all time in college football history for LSU, he's 4th all time in sacks. Nothing to laugh at. Obviously,
You know what? Funny you say that too. My last 2 years was terrible. I had a bad injury. And terrible, and I'm proud to say that what you just said, because man, good times and we had some bad times, but still to be 4th all time to this day, I pat myself on the back sometimes.
hey, it's a hell of an accomplishment.
As you should. I did have I don't know if you're aware of the D3 powerhouse that is known as Bridgewater State University.
Oh, shut up.
I did have 1 sack in training camp the 1 year I played there. So, as a fellow college football player, Jarvis, I feel you on that, brother.
Yes, sir.
But
1 second training camp.
Yeah, but Jarvis, obviously you played from 2002 to 2010 in the New England Patriots. You had a brief cup of coffee, if you want to call it that, with the Denver Broncos, Joey's team.
Yep.
And,
My Denver Broncos.
Your Denver Broncos are trash. And then,
sucks.
and then I believe you were, correct me if I'm wrong, after it was Mario Williams went down in Texas, you were signed by.
Yeah, Texas 3 games. but I didn't play. I dressed. It was more like a little vacation send off
Okay.
because when they picked me up, I forgot the guy named Smith, whatever the GM name was, in the QB Act. They really just were picking me up to fill the roster. Leave some of your Super Bowl, and leave your winning championship attitude around. But they told me straight up, you're not gonna play. So we just relax, do everything we tell you to do, and just enjoy your 3 weeks.
Oh,
that was Rick Smith, actually. He was a former.
Yes, Rick Smith.
Yeah, he was actually part of the Broncos front office under Mike Shanahan for a little while.
Wait, where is he now?
Rick Smith, I don't think he is. I'd have to look that up. I'll tell you.
Well,
right now.
that was the Romeo Texans, the Romeo Crennel Texans, wasn't it?
No, that was Kubiak was the head coach.
Coops, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and Rick Smith was the GM. So I remember that's when they had that dingbat from USC, the linebacker. Forgot his name.
Cushing?
Yeah, he was so funny. Yeah.
Brian,
I call him
the
dingbat.
Cushing train.
Yeah.
The dingbat. I love that. The only other person I've ever heard use that word is my grandfather, and I fucking love it.
Yeah.
But Jarvis, I'm going to ask you just some questions here. I want to just talk about a couple of things. I'm not going to get anything too crazy. But during, I have to ask because it to this day I still don't want to talk about Super Bowl 42, but I have to. The David Tyree catch. I'm sure you've been asked a million times if you could go back to that play. Like, would you do anything different? Could you do anything different? You had Eli. I think it was you and Seymour that had Eli in your hands. And then, I don't know, could you just, pull him down by the neck and get a horse collar tackle? Would you do anything different?
I mean, that play, I would have probably did that now, but that play, it was a bunch of us in a scrum, and guys was grabbing each other and pulling each other. And the old lineman, O'Hare and the rest of those guys, they was there. They was pulling and yanking on us as we was trying to pull on yank on Eli.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I don't know, man. That would have ended the game. So much happened on that play. It wasn't just us. The coverage, everything. They made the plays, and that was a tough time for everybody.
Of course. And I can't imagine watching at home. All New England fans we don't want to talk about this. I can't imagine as a player playing on that team, and then those series of unfortunate plays happen, and then you after the game you must be sitting back and just saying how the hell did that happen? It just
What was the collective mood in the locker room after that game, Jarvis? Because obviously it was. You weren't just going to win another Super Bowl, win a third Super Bowl. You were going to make history, and it was going to be unequivocally the best team of all time. What was it like in the locker room after that game? Was there finger pointing? Was there self-doubt? Was it just guys just kind of sitting back and being like, "Damn, we came that close," or what was being said?
I got PTSD right now, man.
Damn, hitting hard.
It was more. It was quiet, man. Coach Belichick, it was like he said, I don't know what to say. I have nothing to say. I don't. We're packing stuff up. The better team won. There will be no film review. Blah blah blah. It was just tough, man. It was quiet. Kind of after the game, I went around the field and I pretty much went and grabbed every Giant player and shook his hand and told them they deserve a great game. And I had my Louisiana boys also, Brandon Jacobs, Corey Webster.
Mm-hmm.
So I made sure to go and congratulate them.
Of course.
And it took a little while, but I got in there, man. You could hear a pin drop.
Damn.
That's kind of how I imagined it, because I remember. Normally in my house when there's a loss of, I won't even put it on the same level as that magnitude, but when there's a loss of that magnitude, there's usually several pieces of broken furniture and several holes that I have to patch in walls, and my wife is very upset with me afterwards. But
what you punching? You punching the Chinese gypsum board?
It's the third play of the first quarter, and Joey's already karate chopping tables.
Yeah, well, that's just how we get down in the Fats household. But no, let's listen. We'll get away from the Super Bowl 42 talk, because I know we don't want to upset our guests. It's bad.
No.
So let me ask you this: obviously, college football kicked off this weekend. Switch gears just real quick. You played for Nick Saban at LSU, correct?
Yeah, his first two was my last two. Yeah.
Okay, so Let me ask you this, because there's been a lot of comparisons. A lot of people have drawn comparisons to Belichick and Saban, and Saban is kind of being the Belichick of the NCAA and vice versa. What do you think it was about Nick Saban's professional career that didn't allow him to be as successful as I think maybe a lot of us thought he should have been?
You mean NFL? I think it was
yeah.
more just his demeanor and his great attitude. And I mean, you can't take away the way he coaches, the way he disciplines, but the NFL is a whole different level. And I saw it the other day. Marcus Spears was on TV talking about something about he picked Saban, and I'm like, you can't go and compare NFL to college. I mean, college is one thing, it's you got your budgets, you got the kids, but these kids, man, they're like on a rope, on the string. They're trying to get to the NFL. And in the NFL, you got these guys making $10, $20, $15 million a year, but you have a coach that can keep them like grounded. And every coach can't do that in the NFL, and also wear multiple hats. He's not just a head coach. He's a GM head coach. And they have budgets. They have salary cap. They have dead cap money. And they have new teams coming in and out. They got the draft every year. They got attitudes. They got cockiness. They have so much you have to deal with. And you got you have a lack of numbers compared to college football. You got 88 scholarships. I think they added 8 to 9 more. I'm not sure. But it's a whole different feel. And then to think about the NFL, I mean, college, Saban, I watched that game they played last week. Man, nobody can compete with Alabama at all.
Yeah, Miami,
at all.
Yeah, I'm as a big Miami Hurricanes fan, that game went about exactly as I thought it was going to.
Yep.
Yeah. And I mean, you remember when he was in Miami, he was dealing with all these guys and all these annually Pro Bowlers. I mean, look, I remember Julius say I was at New England with me for 2 years, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, dude. 12 straight consecutive Pro Bowls. 12. This is an old-ass dog. You trying to teach him new tricks? It will never happen. Saban couldn't do that. But Belichick did. Belichick did. He put everybody in their place that came there. Randy Moss, Corey Dillon, even Rodney Harrison. Anybody that came from another team that was an all-star, that's hard to do. In college, the kids, I mean, they're scared. They want to play. They don't want to get benched. They don't want to have a bad name. I mean, you can't compare those two guys. And it's a reason why that Saban didn't make it, because it's a whole nother level for him.
Because would you agree Nick Saban is the greatest coach in NCAA history?
All time.
All time? All right, there it is. I mean, I agree. I wholeheartedly, I think it is. I mean, some people argue Bear Bryant, and they'll go down the line and whatever.
Who you can't say that. You can't say that anymore. I mean, he went in. Look, okay, so guys, y'all know the history of the facts. How many years did Bear Bryant coach at Alabama? 20 plus, 25?
It was it was almost 25, 30 years, something like that. It was a long time.
Okay. So I was looking at Saban stuff the other day, me and my older brother. We were looking at Saban, we were looking at Les Miles, we were looking at Orgeron, we were looking at those coaches in the SEC. But then we looked at Saban because in his 14 years, he got 15 years so far that he coached at Alabama. But in his 14 years, he won, 5? Oh, wait, he got 7 championships, right?
7, yeah. 1, 2.
Okay.
Yeah. 6 with Bama, 1 with LSU, right?
So in 14 years, he won 6 championships with Bama. Bear Bryant won how many with Alabama? 30 plus?
I think it was like 4, right?
Yeah, it was a handful.
It was a handful.
I was
like
going to say 3.
It was like 3 or 4. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was less than Saban, absolutely.
Okay, and the fact that kids today, I'm going to say straight up, 'cause I got kids, they're worse than what they were back in the day when Bear Bryant had them doing 2-a-days and got on top of concrete with lion thorns and no water. I mean, salt tablets. It's a whole different world today with kids playing in their mentality and distractions. And Bear Bryant did that 4 championships and 30 plus, and Saban did that in today's world, 14 seasons and 6 championships. Who's the better coach?
I mean, to me, it's no question. I'm just saying that I have a few friends that are Alabama fans.
I'm just saying Saban is like almost.
That will argue that. Will try to argue it. I'll tell them they're stupid.
He's averaging almost every other year.
Listen, Saban to me it was written years ago for me. It was Saban, but it just I like to hear it from the horse's mouth. And Jarvis, you're absolutely right.
And look, guys, I saw the stats. It's crazy that we talking now because I was lucky enough to catch all these stats. I saw the last few years he started picking up the passing game. You know, because at one point he was averaging 225, 30 yards a game. Now he's averaging, I don't know, 375 or some shit.
Oh yeah, Alabama has all of a sudden become a fucking quarterback factory.
Oh, I'm not upset by that. Not at all.
Sorry, you don't have any children within earshot, do you? Jarvis,
what'd you say?
You don't have any kids within earshot, do you?
I have kids, but I mean, my son, he's 23.
Oh no, I was just saying. I wanted to make sure you didn't have any like young children in the car, and we were cussing like that. That's all.
Oh no. My mom is here.
Your mom's there?
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, she's riding with me.
Oh man, okay, all right. We'll clean the language up for Mom then. That's my fault.
No, you good. No, you good.
I will not disrespect Mrs. Green like that. No, sir.
No, it's fine. The thing is though, the guy that Alabama got now, I'm sitting there watching the game. I said he's gonna break a record. He's gonna be a Heisman contender.
Oh, this kid's incredible.
And I'm watching LSU like the other day. Look, I got a bunch of LSU alumni hitting me up and saying, why does Tulane have a better quarterback than LSU right now?
Facts. Do you think with these new rules now, with players being able to capitalize on their own likeness and be able to make some money on the side, do you think that's going to help or hurt these bigger programs?
Help.
Well, that's another conversation. It's going to help, but then you got that third, you got that guy on the roster, that third string, and you know he probably got $3,000 from an uncle or some shit. Wait, hold on. This one or the next one? Okay, I'm good, man. Sorry, guys.
No worries.
No, it's cool.
You got this third string guy. You know, say he's an old lineman and he getting $3,000 from his uncle or some shit. Then you got the first guy that, you know, we just heard that he got a deal for $100,000 freaking dollars. You know, and then you might have some guys that got the prima donna and they're gonna say, you know what, coach, I don't feel like doing it today. I just saw my checking account today. It was six figures. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's going to happen with some of these guys and some of these kids.
You're not wrong.
And other kids, they're going to do well. They're going to make a fat check, and they're going to show up every day, and they're going to perform every day. And other kids, they probably came up and didn't get all the nutrition that they should have got from growing up from their parents or never had parents. I don't know. I'm stereotyping right now. But it's going to be a good side. It's going to be a bad side. That's just the way it is.
That's kind of where I see. I think it's going to. My outlook on it is this. I think at the end of the day, it's not going to. Listen, I think college players should be allowed to go out and make money off their own likeness, right? Like, I don't think Terrell Pryor should be getting suspended from Ohio State for getting free tattoos. Like, that's ridiculous.
No, that's ridiculous. Mark, getting crab legs at Florida State.
I was just about to mention the crab legs.
Or like Mark Emmert and his NCAA cronies. Like, I loathe those men. Like, they make my blood like boil. But at the end of the day, I think it's going to change college football as we know it. And I don't know if it's going to be for the better or for the worse. I hope it's for the better, but I don't know that. And that's it's just kind of it's the nature of the beast, right? Like you said, there's a flip side to everything, and this is going to kind of it might get a little bit dicey at some point here in the next couple of years because, like you said, you might get some kid out of Tulane. You know, I mean, let's put it this way: what's going to happen when Peyton Manning's nephew decides to commit to wherever he's going to go? I mean, that kid might not even have to play in the NFL. He might make more money in college.
Right.
That's right. It'd be a 5-year plan, 4-year plan.
Facts. But
it will be. It will be.
But yeah, so let me ask you this, Jarvis. So speaking of Mannings and offensive players, I know we won't touch on Sling Blade. We'll leave Eli Manning out of this one. But that's it's Sling Blade. You know, he got French fried potatoes and stuff. I love Eli Manning. I really do. He's one of my all-time favorite Iron Men. But let me ask you this: who is the toughest offensive player that you have ever had, that you've ever watched on film, and said, "Oh shit, like this guy's the real deal?
On film?
Or just played against in general?
Damn.
I know I left that kind of open-ended for you. I did not leave you with a narrow question there. I wasn't trying to herd you in any direction.
I mean, I'm gonna say as a quarterback at the time, it was Michael Vick, but we didn't get to play him because the other guy went in there. The guy.
Oh, Schaub.
Yeah, we made Schaub the hero he was.
Yeah, you did.
Michael Vick.
Schaub threw for like 400. I think Schaub threw for like 4 bills against you guys.
Yeah. And I remember Belichick walked in. He said, "We got the backup quarterback throwing for 400 freaking yards on us."
Because that was in 2004. That was the year Vic got hurt.
But that game he was questionable for our game. So we was during practice. We had a guy to imitate him during practice. And man, we watched film. We watched him break everybody's ankles like all season. And I think as players, I mean, look, I'm a tough guy, but I mean, I was a little nervous, man. And Matt Schaub coming in through for 450 on it, and Bill was like, you know what? He's going to the fucking Pro Bowl off of that game.
I mean, and I'm pretty sure he probably almost did too.
I mean, he was the quarterback, yes. Running back, Ricky Williams.
Oh my God, I hated watching. Yeah, for sure. Even though you can say whatever you want about Ricky Williams, him going to the mountains or whatever the shit he did was, but like when you saw him play and he would just run through defensive linemen,
he didn't say one word. He had the helmet on, never took the helmet off. But I mean, we talked so much shit to him in Miami, and at some point Buffalo. But I can remember that Buffalo game. He lost his shoe. He ran. It was in the snow. He ran for 170 or whatever he did. But look, that dude after the game, when I said, I promise you, I probably had 3 or 4 minor concussions hitting him during the game.
Jesus,
that's incredible.
Because for running for D linemen, either we break the tackle and get a TFL on the line, or we getting hit dragging them down. You know, so it's like you better be prepared to catch him because his arms are gigantic. You know.
Yeah, he's a
Ricky was a big boy. It's funny you bring up running backs because I remember one of the most I think it was the most incredible 2-yard run in NFL history was when you guys were in Dallas and Marion Barber had that incredible run and just broke like 72 tackles. He was like 10 yards deep in the end zone.
You know what? You know what? That play, I saw that play a few months ago, and I reposted on my IG. That was a hell of a play by him. I probably missed 3 tackles on that play.
I was gonna say because I remember seeing you. And I remember seeing Hot 97 trying to run him down, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
I almost blew a tire that play, man.
I mean, because I remember he was another one though, but that was a funny play.
He's a great running back. Yeah. Marion Barber, that was probably the best run I've seen, besides the ones that Barry Sanders put on. But that was a hell of a run.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't agree more. It's funny because I watched that clip like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, whatever it was. And I remember seeing your 97 in the clip like 3 times, and I was like, wow, like he had like 3 shots at him. And I had a good buddy of mine who used to work for the Patriots, and he was in the film department, and he used to bring me home film so we could watch and study it together, and he would show me how to break down film and like kind of like do some things, and he would always point you out on film, and he would always point to me, he'd be like, yeah, watch this, but like watch what Jarvis Green does right here. And I'm not trying to like fluff you up here or anything like that, but he would always point you out in how.
Wait, who was that guy?
It was my buddy Jimmy. He used to work in the film department.
Let me wait, Jimmy. Let me go buy that guy a Big Mac or something. Huh?
Yeah. He used to point you out on film all the time. He ended up going to work for the Dolphins, and then he came back, and now I think he works. I don't know what he does now. I think he works for like an independent firm who just like cuts up film.
Wait, Jimmy from the Patriots?
Yeah.
I know Jimmy. Yeah, I know Jimmy.
Yeah, little Jimmy. Little Irish Jimmy. Yeah.
Irish.
He's a good buddy of mine. He used to bring home film for me all the time. He would show me stuff and he would always point you out on film, and he would always show how like technically sound you were at the point of attack and the way you would set the edge and things that you would do that other guys wouldn't do. And again, it speaks to what Sean was saying earlier about how everybody was talking about Richard Seymour and Vince Wilfork and all these other guys, but Jarvis Green was one of the cogs, especially of that, in my opinion, what I think is one of the, I would say, top 5 or 6 greatest teams of all time, which is the 2004 Patriots.
I remember that undefeated year. I remember that year because Seymour was out the first 10 games.
Yep.
We was killing people, and I remember I played maybe 99.98% of the snaps, and I made all the calls on third down. I did that after my second year, but just I was like Neo in the Matrix, dodging freaking bullets. I was just in the zone, man. When you're in the zone, you're in the zone. You know what I'm saying?
Trust me, I know the feel.
Yeah,
we know the field. You were, and there's, and listen, man, I've seen the film to back it up, and there was one game in particular, and I'm trying to rack my brain here to remember the exact play, but I think it was a third down. It was against the Colts in the divisional round in 2004 in the snow, when you guys held the greatest offense of all time at that point to 3 points in your own building.
You talking about that's 04? That's
your second Super Bowl run. It was a light snow game. It was lightly snowing. It wasn't like the blizzard, but
wait, that's not when I had the 2.5 sacks, or that's different.
Was that the 2.5 sack game?
I think he did have 2. I think you did have 2.5 sacks.
All right, that must be
game.
it then, because there was one particular play. I can't remember exactly what it was because I haven't seen it in probably 13 years now, because it was on film and it doesn't exist anywhere. I've looked for it. But there was one play you made, and it was flat out ridiculous. And there was the whole, where Brewski stripped Edgerrin James of the football, and you guys took the Colts offense that year when Peyton threw 49 touchdowns and broke the record, and they came into your building, and you guys blew them out 20-3. And it felt like it was 100-0.
Yeah, it was crazy, man.
Do you have what was your memories of going up against those Colts offenses during those years? Because I know Peyton had thrown more touchdowns against Bill Belichick coach defenses than any other team that he's ever played against.
When we played Peyton, man, that I had his number, man. That was my best games of all ever, and we just studied his film and we had an understanding, and he held at the Omaha, but we just played his game,
So you guys was it true that you guys just tried to make everything look the same?
Yeah, we did, and then we made a lot of adjustments. We moved around, so everybody, the generals on the field, they had the Roman Pfeiffer, Vrabel, Brewski. They had to definitely, I think Vrabel was there. Yeah,
Vrabel was definitely there.
Yep,
absolutely, Vrabel was there.
It just was smart football. It was all in the classroom. We studied film. We broke everything down. We made sure we tried to do as much as the audibles and the changes and all that, just to be set up and ready for Peyton.
So let me ask you this. Do you think the 2004 team that you won your second Super Bowl with, or the 2007 team that you went 18-1 with, what team do you think was better?
18-1.
You think the 18-1 team was better?
Man, I don't know what the stats was, but we was killing people, man, and I know.
Oh, I remember. Believe me, speaking of broken furniture in my house.
At times when we was like, I don't know if we were 2 touchdowns or what to anybody, but it was like nothing to it. We just said we're gonna win the game, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna stop this, and that was it, And of course, Brady and Moss and Welker, they were putting on passing clinics every week,
Yep.
Is Randy Moss in your eyes? Is he the best receiver ever played the game?
You know what? Yeah, I think if he would have had 20 years like Jerry Rice, he would have shattered Jerry Rice records. Jerry Rice, I couldn't agree more. Randy Moss, great guy. I know him well. I think at some point, sometimes you gotta just like kind of, keep your mouth zipped and play ball. But Randy was amazing, man.
So Jarvis, I have a couple questions for you, and I don't want to keep you on forever or anything. But are you caught up with the current product? Like, are you still a Patriots fan? Or are you like a fan of like the Falcons or Cowboys or 49ers? Like, who's your team?
Saints.
I keep up with the Patriots because I'm an ambassador. I go to like 5 or 6 games a year before COVID happened, and then I keep up with the Saints more often now.
Okay.
That's my hometown. Baton Rouge. but Louisiana State, And
Yep.
Other than that, I mean, I like to. I don't watch much football, but I like to watch a good game. I like to watch the big games, the Thursday night games, the Monday night games.
Okay.
I'm really into that,
Well, I was going to say, we talked about Alabama. We talked about these things like Patriots drafted Mac Jones. And, like, how do you feel? Like, how would that make you feel if this offseason your quarterback was Cam Newton and then a week and a half, 10 days before the beginning of the season, you think it's going to be Cam, they go to a rookie? I've never seen Belichick do that. In his history, his career, Belichick has never trusted a rookie quarterback to go and lead his team. We're in brand new territory here.
It is, but I think really, I think him and Saban, they got their trust enough, and I think Saban probably was like, you know what, Bill, all these years, I know you, Bill, just trust, just put him in and let him be the guy.
Yeah, baptize him by fire.
Baptism by fire. I mean, that's the way I always thought about it.
Worked with Manning.
Yeah, because I mean, I think that's what him and Bill had, and it was more like, Bill, just do it. I mean, that's the reason why he got drafted, number one. Saban and Bill relationship.
This is true. The Saban Bill. Here we go. We've come full circle in the whole conversation.
Hell yeah. That's it.
Jarvis, man, thank you so much for your time, brother. We'll let you get out of here. I know you got things to take care of. You giving us 30 beautiful fucking minutes of conversation. Couldn't appreciate your time more. And let's do this again real soon, all right?
You definitely, guys. You let me know when y'all want to talk, man. Y'all got my number.
All right,
Absolutely.
man. Hey, thank you so much, Jarvis. Appreciate you.
No problem. Y'all be good.
Jarvis, take care, brother.
Take care.
Too. Bye.
Two-time Super Bowl champion, former defensive end for the New England Patriots, Jarvis Green. Much props to him. Thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate that. That was a great interview. That was absolutely great. He gave us 30 solid minutes of just great football talk, dude.
He's not good.
Mad cool, down to earth guy. It's cool to hear it from like not in the zone and like a after like post game interview or something like that. We're talking about something that happened years and years ago, and it's cool to just hear somebody just come off the top and be like, yeah, fuck it, this is what it was. This is how it was.
And to whoever the fuck was trying to call in while Jarvis Green was on the line, are you retarded?
Hey, they didn't
Are you
know.
out of your minds?
Listen. I love the part where he's like, I'm a big man. I was scared of playing Michael Vick.
Yo, Michael Vick,
awesome.
but that's the thing. But that was one of the, and it's not just Jarvis Green. If you remember, go back and you watch the
It's everybody.
America's game, 0-2 Bucks, and Warren Sapp is talking about Simeon Rice comes in. He walks into the defensive line meeting, and they're watching film on Michael Vick, and Simeon Rice is like, what is this, a fucking highlight reel?
Yeah.
And Warren Sapp's like, nah, fool, this is a third down reel. He's like, God damn, what the fuck? Like, Michael Vick was that dude. And listen, man, Jarvis Green gave us a lot of great fucking, that was great.
The
was
Belichick
awesome.
comment. You guys made a backup quarterback go to the Pro Bowl.
You made,
That is funny.
That might be my favorite nugget from that whole thing was Belichick cursing him out because he's like,
You can picture it.
You just made Matt Shaw a motherfucking Pro Bowler.
Well,
God
I mean, what do you
damn it.
expect when you prepare all damn week for A, and all of a sudden
But
you
you-
get B, and you're like, what the fuck?
That's like preparing for a guy that throws a fastball, and then you have Tim Wakefield come in.
Throwing knuckles and shit.
He has like 17 strikeouts, and you're like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
Oh, 774-9 what?
I don't know the number. Look at me.
774-992-8702. Give us a call if you want to piggyback off that. Jarvis Green, two-time Super Bowl champion, Patriots defensive end, just joined us live on the line. The show will be on Spotify as soon as it is over. I'll have it uploaded within an hour. It just takes a minute to download, edit, and get back uploaded.
Plus, we're on live in New Bedford Guide. You can just go back, watch it live on video, and on row one, seat one.
Absolutely. Yeah, don't forget those two avenues either. It was great, but that was a great fucking interview. Super happy to have him on the show. That was fun.
Yeah, cool guy.
Really good guy. We'll get him back on during the season.
Why the hell not?
We'll definitely hit him back up.
I'd like to hear his takes mid-season. He seems to be
I
like
would
one of
too.
those guys who's like, you know what? Let me tell you something. And he just goes off like.
Listen. He tells it like it is, and and for that I appreciate it. I mean, he's not
cool shit.
Not sugarcoating shit. I mean, he's got mom in the car, and
That was funny.
You know,
I got my mom with me. We're like, we'll be polite. Nah, don't worry about it.
I think they were making a Burger King trip.
Listen, I'm fucking jealous. I want
I
PK
know,
so
like,
bad right now.
I know.
Good for him.
I mean, shit. It was like, listen, man, we're not getting in the way. You take him out of Burger King. Oh, you gotta do you. You do you, baby. You do that. But college football talk is going to get heated up here this year because, again, I think, and that's one thing I want to talk to guys who have played in the league and have been college football guys, going back. One big thing that I think is this is huge. I really don't think I really don't think people understand how important or how massive the shift in the landscape of college football is going to become over the next several years because of these new rules. This is going to be crazy. You are going to see, like I'm telling you right now, Arch Manning is going to be the first kid to make $20 million before he sets foot on a football field.
Which is total bullshit. Jarvis Green brought up a good point. Imagine what's his name? What's the Manning's first name? That's not Archie.
Arch.
It's Arch.
Arch is the nephew.
All right. So
He's the big up-and-comer.
Arch Manning gets $200,000. Let's say to go play with this place, right? Like let's say Ole Miss. Let's say he goes to Ole Miss. Okay. $200,000 to go play with Ole Miss. He gets all kinds of sponsorship deals. People are buying his jersey before he throws one pass. He comes out on the field. Everyone's already wearing his jersey with his name on the back of it. You are the second string quarterback on that team. You're making $5,000. You're going to be like, I hope this guy dies. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to be jealous and pissed all at the same time.
But that's fine because, look.
Well, welcome to the NFL on the flip side, too, even if you were making money in college.
Well,
like,
no.
But
NFL, you have a set amount that you have to make. I mean, you could you might make nothing
Here's the thing.
College.
College players have been making a lot of money to play college football for a very long time. The only reason that we don't the only difference is now we're allowed to talk about it and people are allowed to be open about it. Right. This has been going on for a long time, ladies and gentlemen.
Of course it has. We all know it. Like no one's stupid. Everyone knows there's boosters, there's all these secret people. Reggie Bush's family got the Full House. It feels like they got everything under the sun.
Yeah.
She had his mom. Literally, she was in the intro video at some point. She was like, "I want to be in Full House." They're like, "You win." They made that happen. They gave her a Hummer. Like he was in high school and she was driving around a brand new Hummer.
Yeah,
it's like, come on,
that's true.
man.
Right, because you couldn't hook him up. You could hook your whole family up.
The mom's like, "Ciao, please." She drives away in the Hummer.
He's like, "Yeah, my baby going to be a Heisman winner."
Speaking of which,
and I'm hopping in this Hummer.
Chad Johnson.
Fuck you.
Chad Johnson's like, I got nothing in college. He goes, I wish I did. He goes, I knew people that did. He goes, I got nothing.
Yeah. There's a lot of guys that got nothing. There's a lot more of the guys that got nothing that did get something. But, like, remember that comment on Hard Knocks with the Jets about 10 years ago when Bart Scott was and the coaches and there was a bunch of Jets players and Bart Scott was like, and they were making fun of Mark Sanchez. They're like, yeah, he's the first guy to come out of college and take a pay cut to come to the NFL. And they all start busting up laughing and it's like, ha 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 ha. Meanwhile, everybody at USC is like, like,
no, they didn't care.
Well, yeah, I mean, then
they're like, prove it. That's what I thought.
And then they did, and a whole bunch of people lost their Heisman trophies and a bunch of records vacated.
You got it back.
And then Pete Carroll was like, "Oh shit, I'm going to the Seahawks." He's like,
"Bok bok."
It's like
that was the first bok bok.
It was like that. It was like that old school Ray Lewis fucking thing, like on the Saturday Night Live skit, like. Okay, I seen
the cartoon.
I seen some. I seen some lions do some shit. Oh, dip! I'm out. Like Pete Carroll just.
It would be Ray Lewis, the cartoon character, always run to the limousine with blood on him. Oh my god, that was the best.
That's too funny.
He goes, I didn't see shit, and he'd run to the limo.
All right, I seen some hyenas do some shit. And he just dips,
they would constantly show Ray Lewis at different movie events.
It
It'd
was
be
like Bambi's mother gets shot, and the limo just drives off through the forest.
Yeah, it was the same animation.
Simba watches his dad die.
Absolute
shit,
classic.
runs away.
Absolute classic. But we'll be piggybacking off of the Jarvis Green interview for the rest of the show. Feel free to give us a call. Your thoughts, your feelings, 774-992-8702. If you don't want to tie up your phone with Facebook, the link to mixler.com/Joey-Fats is pinned in the original post. Go ahead, click that. It'll bring you to the website. You can open that up in your browser, and it will play the live show as it exists on Facebook. Obviously, you won't get the video aspect, but you won't need to tie up your phone and do that. I know it pisses me off. Like when I'm watching a Facebook video and I'm like, I'm like, oh, how long is this? 7 minutes?
Yeah, no, click out.
I'm like, nah, I really got to get to Boom Beach. I got some gold to collect. Sorry. Yeah, I still play Boom Beach. Fuck you, sue me. But we'll be piggybacking off the Jarvis Green interview for the rest of the show. So call, give us your thoughts, your feelings on that. Hope you all enjoyed it. We look forward to having him on again. But anyway, let's shift some gears. So while we're on defensive players and defenders, obviously we're coming off a defensive end, a two-time Super Bowl champion defensive end interview. So let's keep it right there on defense, guys. Let's talk a little bit about Brady's comments.
Oh, I thought we were doing something else. I thought we were
Earlier
different comments
this week.
Oops.
Tom Brady spoke on the rule changes in the NFL. I think Tom Brady said a lot of things that, well, we'll get to that.
Put a pin in this for a second.
Joey Fats Radio, row 1C1.
Dude, you sound like the best Stop and Shop employee service desk I've ever heard in my life when you answered this phone.
No.
Well, I mean, I had a little bit of experience.
He
Not
never
at the service
He
desk.
never did that job.
But you know what's funny? When I answered when I used to answer the phone in the meat department when I worked there. So I worked primarily in Fairhaven, and this is when I started getting a little more brave. Was when I was in Fairhaven. I would answer it, and Joe Giesta was the meat manager there. I don't know if you guys remember him
Yes,
or not.
yeah.
But I would answer the phone, and I would say Joe Giesta's butcher shop. You can beat his prices, but you can't beat his meat.
Foul.
And people would be like, "Is this Stop and Shop?" I'd be like, "Yes, it is." I'm like, do you have seafood? I'm like, "Yes, we do." And yeah,
Do you have seafood?
Well, because
Great question.
because 135 was always seafood and meat.
Yeah,
We were attached
yeah.
at the hip, so
Whack.
whatever.
Do you have seafood? No.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy to me that like the Kings Highway Stop and Shop doesn't have live lobsters.
Most of them don't anymore.
Fairhaven does,
Fairhaven's rich.
and Dartmouth does.
Right.
Dartmouth has money too.
Yeah, Kings Highway is like the slums of slums.
I know it fucking blows, dude, because it's like 2 seconds from my house, and I really wanted a goddamn lobster the other night.
Roberto, what is going on tonight?
Yes. How are you,
not much.
sir?
Been better, been worse, as always. Just wanted to shift gears a little bit. I know you're still on the Jarvis Green interview. I'm sorry I missed that. Kind of looking forward to it.
Hey,
It's okay.
Rob, actually, there's many ways that you can actually rewatch the interview. You can go backwards after the show ends on New Bedford Guide or Row 1 Seat 1 on the Facebook page, or you can listen to us on Spotify 1 hour after the show ends so you can rehear the whole episode.
Hey, honestly,
Within
I kind
1
of do
hour.
that most of the time.
Hey, thank you.
Within 1 hour. Usually
trying to
it's
support my
about
guys.
35, 40 minutes, but every once in a while we do have a little post-production breakdown meeting after every show where we discuss the highlights, the lowlights, the things that went well, the things we could do better, so on and so forth. Sometimes those take they run a little bit longer. Other times I'm like, sorry guys, I love you, but I got to take a shit because I had Buffalo Wild Wings for lunch.
For sure.
And I'm just
That'll do it.
screaming down the stairs with mango habanero ready to fly out my ass, and I'm just like, this isn't happening.
Too much to know.
Yep, but hey, listen, the people deserve the truth, bro. This is not all sunshine and lollipops up here, okay? Just because we have Super Bowl champions calling in, we've got Hall of Famers, first round picks, whatever.
Yeah, neither here
You
nor there.
got
Neither here
you
nor
got
there.
5 and 12 Falcons fans coming in.
Actually,
just to shift it.
I will have you know, I have the Falcons at, and I'm going to tease this for our pick segment later. I have you at 10-7, sir.
Get the fuck out of here.
I don't know what you're smoking.
He thinks
But I
Calvin
want some.
Ridley's going to have like a 3,000-yard season. That's the only thing that
Who?
can come up. Joey, that's the only reason he comes up with 10 wins.
I just
No.
actually, I
He'll
actually,
hit like
I just think,
18, 16.
I think the South,
1,500.
is going to be much more competitive than people think.
No.
And do I have any faith in the Falcons winning 10 games? No. But am I putting them down for 10-7? Yes, because I feel that way, and that's how I feel.
Rob would fly down to Atlanta and then dress as a Falcon.
Rob, why
outside the
don't
stadium for
we
10
do
wins.
that? Why don't we fly down to Atlanta one of these days? We'll fly out on a Saturday. We'll all get together. We'll go to a Falcons game. They got $5 beers, $3 hot dogs.
It's like $100 round trip.
Yeah,
probably.
it's
Serious.
It probably costs us like $300 for the whole fucking weekend.
How much is a bird costume?
What kind of
A
bird?
bird costume on Amazon, probably about $19.50.
A bird costume?
Yeah.
I thought you said how much does a bird cost you, and I was like,
No.
oh, I don't know. There's
That's
very
what I
many.
thought. I was
Also
like,
about
are you gonna get a
1950.
Falcons?
There's a lot of various types of birds, Sean.
Because I would not be caught dead as a regular person. I have to dress as an actual Falcon to go to the game and just sit there, and people would be like, "Do something Falcony," and I'd be like, "Ah." I have no idea.
Sean go, bok, bok.
Yeah.
People are like, hey,
All
that's
right,
the bok, bok guy.
Sean. So if the Falcons go 10-7 this year,
Yeah.
the following year, let's go to Atlanta. You have to dress up as a bird, as a falcon.
First of all, it wasn't my guess. Why do I have to be penalized for this?
Why
It
would
be a
you
good
be?
time? That's why.
It feels like that Always Sunny in Philadelphia episode where they all dressed as eagles. They go to like a wrestling event. They're like, "We'll just dress as eagles."
Just Sean can just walk around
someone's
anytime
going
somebody
through a
talks
table
shit.
in
Sean can
Philly.
just like, suck my cloaca.
Oh,
Grab his dick and twist it.
dude, that guy was too much. That guy shouldn't be allowed back at any events ever.
What, are we talking about the guy with
my
Dick and
God,
Twister? Are we
yeah.
talking about the Japanese wrestling guy?
No, just the just the guy in the
you
crowd.
know what I'm talking about,
Yes,
right? The
yes,
Japanese wrestling
yes.
guy? Yeah.
Yeah, no.
He's just like,
Uh,
oh, the guy grabs his junk, and the guy's like, oh, and the other dude's like, oh no, my arm. Like, you never seen that?
that's
No.
that,
Oh,
that
it
is
was
a
awesome.
great gimmick.
That is one of the fucking great wrestling, like,
That's Val
schemes
Venus times 10, guys.
dude.
Well, yeah, he's banned now for everything because he.
Who, Val Venus?
No, the guy you're talking about.
Oh.
Because it's sexual assault cases, like multiple sexual assault cases. He's
Really?
Yeah.
I
Was
just
was
thought
it the
it was
other
two
wrestlers
amateur
that was
wrestlers.
grabbing
I
his
didn't-
dick?
no,
And it was
no,
his idea.
no. like no joke. He sexually assaulted and like raped like a bunch of women. Like
This sounds like
it's
how
a
it
bad
goes.
story.
This sounds like how it goes with child support when you get to court as a male.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Sean Watson of the WWE.
No, he's not. Do not put that. He's not in the WWE or AEW.
Sean
He's
whatever
Watson,
he's in.
Sean Watson's a freak.
The guy is shacking carriages at your local super Stop and Shop.
But Rob,
All good.
I know
Yep.
you're a wrestling person. How do you feel about AEW this past weekend?
Oh, good. That's why I was calling in to shift gears for a little bit.
Hell yeah! I know
Oh,
these two
dude.
don't watch wrestling because they're on
They do not.
they're on a golf kick. But all the guys that went to AEW this weekend, ridiculous. You had Adam Cole. You had
Brian Danielson, but he's Daniel Bryan.
yeah, Brian
My
Daniel.
ass.
That's his real name, Brian Danielson. And then you
Ruby
had
Soho.
Ruby Soho, which is Ruby Riot. I mean, you had just everybody just like go to
Killer.
AEW. And then the rumor today is that Kevin Owens is leaving and he's going to
Get the
AEW as
fuck
well.
outta here. Was he in the Bullet Club? I was reading up today about the Bullet Club.
No, he was in the Mount Rushmore, which is Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. So it's him and the Bucks are friends.
Okay.
But those they're like
I just-
real life friends.
Now, what I'm most curious about is where Bray Wyatt's going.
Probably Impact.
I've seen articles about that, and
Paul and I are
I
looking
don't
at
want
each
to say
other
I'd be
like,
disappointed, but I'd be a
yes,
little disappointed.
this is interesting.
How does it feel? Oh, I took a putt with my putter and I got a 14.
I'm not
like I don't
ragging
give
on
a shit.
wrestling, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know
I
what the
just-
fuck you guys are talking about.
Good.
I think I know who Bray Wyatt is. He the fat guy with the beard that
He's
holds
the
the
fiend.
lantern?
He's the fiend. Yeah.
okay.
That guy.
Okay, yeah, the redneck.
No,
Well, no, I
No,
mean kind of.
Hillbilly?
He was like a hillbilly,
Yeah.
like
like
backwoods
Hills
guy.
Have Eyes, more of a character, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was the
okay.
Wyatt family. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that was good shit
So
this
he's
weekend.
more.
That was
so he's
good wrestling.
So he's more Kane than he or mankind than he is.
Yes,
Triple
yes.
H.
Wow.
Yes.
Good. Yes. Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect
Nice
analogy.
It's actually
Bringing
IRS.
it back to 98.
I know
Do you,
things.
hey, do you remember IRS?
Yeah.
Okay, that's his son.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah, Wyatt Rotundo is his name.
That's
I
IRS's
didn't-
son.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Steven Richards?
Now I'm fucking
Ivory?
interested. IRS was the worst.
No, he
They
wasn't.
had a great theme
No,
song.
no. I
though.
mean, like, not the worst wrestler, but like the worst. Like, just I hated him because I'm like, fuck you. You want my money? I was like 6, and I'm like,
And then he went to
that's the man that's gonna take my fucking taxes.
and then he went to WCW and he was Michael Wall Street.
Ugh.
Similar character, except he would just be on Wall Street.
Did anybody Occupy Wall Street?
No, it was too early for that.
I love how all the people that are like Occupy Wall Street, they're all now like
Dead.
pro big tech.
He goes dead.
No, they're not dead. They're all like, yes, Google should be able to suspend you for saying whatever you want, man.
So yeah, Rob. So yeah, I'm glad somebody else calls in wants to watch wrestling because I was all about it this weekend. It was, it was a
Damn,
good
Rob,
time.
you weren't shitting when you said you were gonna fucking shift gears in this
Oh,
conversation. Holy
yes,
shit.
yeah, I told you. That's why I was kind
No,
of like
I mean,
hesitant to
I
call,
mean-
but you guys are like, no, call in, let's do it.
I mean, you
was
said
like,
shift. You said shift gears. I thought you meant like shift gears to like your Falcons. I didn't know you were gonna shift gears to like, hey, we're gonna go from, like first to whatever, fifth to first on the highway.
Yeah, but is it really any different?
No.
No, it's
All
not.
right,
And
so
you know
this is
what?
what you get with me.
But that's okay. You know what? We're professionals, and so we make it entertaining. That's our job.
Rob's gonna be a guest on the show one day.
We can do that.
Hey, one day.
But he's gonna have to
here.
come in, and then he's gonna have to put shaving cream on his face and just shave in the middle of the show for no reason.
I'll do it.
I like it.
Done.
I would.
Done.
Oddly enough, I'm so down with that.
And everyone's gonna call in and be like, "Why is he shaving?" Just be like, "He has pubes.
I don't know. Just be like, I don't know.
He has to shave his pubes, whatever."
Would you shave my?
Oh, I'm
head,
doing
Liz?
that. I thought it was my face.
No, it's your face.
Oh, I got pubes on my face.
Wow.
Okay, I got you, Sean. Thank you
Yes,
very much.
that's. I mean, listen. Pubes are not just. I mean, I don't know if you guys went to anatomy or took
No,
any health
I went to
classes in
both.
high school, but
Nope.
pubes are not just. They're not just designated to one specific area of your body. Okay, they can grow on
See,
your
I-
face, your
yeah.
back, your legs.
So-
I
So
thought it was full blown. I'm shaving my ball bag up on camera.
no, that would
No.
be, that would be your coin purse,
Rob,
sir.
Rob, did you do any fantasy football drafts this year?
No, I haven't. Remember the Stop and Shop League? And
Yeah.
No, I didn't win that one.
Okay, no, that's
I won 5 years ago for the city, and then ever since then I just do DraftKings.
You put on for your city?
Well, I did, and then I got fired, and then nobody paid me my money, and then when I got rehired, I made it a point to get my money from everybody.
What are you, John Wick?
Yes.
Wait, so
But
you
with
won a
caps.
fantasy football league and they didn't pay you?
They fired him instead.
Yeah. Well, no, I got fired, so I wasn't working there.
Yeah,
So
but I mean,
nobody paid me the money.
you didn't have
nobody,
you weren't friend with a commissioner or something like that, like.
Nope.
I was friends with everybody.
And no one was like, "Hey, this is Rob's money. We should probably give it to him." They were all just like, "Nah, fuck that guy. Let's keep it."
Yeah, that's exactly what they did.
Because
Yeah,
that doesn't sound like very good.
Cheap-ass motherfuckers.
Doesn't sound like very good friends to me.
Work friends aren't real friends. Okay.
No,
Just throw that out there.
I disagree.
Rob,
I disagree.
you
but
prick.
yeah.
No, to a degree. To a degree.
To a
Sean,
degree,
do we
sure,
work together?
sure.
No,
Yeah,
we're
yes, we
friends.
did.
Fair. Do we work together right now?
Yeah, but your point still stands. You said work friends aren't real friends. I'm like, we met at work.
No, but your work friends like at work. Like we're
Well,
friends
okay,
at
if you're
work.
talking about like different
we're
groups
also
of
friends
friends, that's
outside
fine.
of work.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like I got friends at work that I don't talk to after 4 o'clock. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like
Rob,
ever.
well, speaking of fantasy football, Rob, tell me how many fucking touchdowns is Calvin really going to catch me this season? 10? 11? 14?
I want to say 12 to 14.
No.
I'm with it. I'm with it.
Dude, Kyle Pitts is gonna open up that field.
He's gonna open up
Kyle
something.
Pitts.
Mike Davis is gonna open up that field. Oh,
Mike
no,
Davis
I
is
can't.
more likely to open up his butt than he is the
Paul,
field.
Paul is dying right
Damn,
now
you
from
think so?
allergies.
Allergies are fucked. They have not gone away.
Dude, hey, Rob, not to
Shit
demotivate
on
you
me,
at any
go ahead.
reason. No, not in any reason. I think there's only like in every draft I've done this weekend, there's only like 3 drafts I was in.
Hey, me too.
Only 3 Falcons players were drafted consistently, and one of them was not Matt Ryan. It was Davis, Ridley,
Mm-hmm.
and Russell Gage. That's it.
And Pitts.
Oh, Pitts, so 4. That's it.
Pitts.
Guys, I hate to tell you that the waiver wire is gonna be popping down in Atlanta. We got no defense. We got a whole new offensive scheme, so we're gonna be chucking the ball because we're gonna be down by at least 14 points by halftime. So we're gonna be playing catch up. I mean, you guys got to get your shit together.
Oh, I have my shit together. Sorry, I have Calvin Ridley in
I didn't touch
2
him.
out of my 3 leagues.
I didn't touch him with a 10-foot
And I
pole.
appreciate that.
Listen, I love Calvin Ridley, and honestly, look, if the whole Teddy Two Gloves thing doesn't work out in Denver, and we can't land Aaron Rodgers and Deshaun
You're
Watson
not
doesn't
getting
work
Matt
out,
Ryan. I'm so sorry to break it to you.
I'll take Matt Ryan.
You guys don't have $45 million in cap
Yes, we do.
Neither does Atlanta.
to drop on one quarterback. Right.
Actually, well, he wouldn't
Denver
cost
does.
$45 million. We would restructure the deal when he got here, but I would take an aging veteran, Matt Ryan.
Why the hell
with
are you
that
paying
defense.
Matt Ryan $45 million?
I know, right? Jesus Christ, that's an alarming
Because he
number.
signed the contract like 6 years ago.
No, it's
Also,
the backloaded
the TV
contract.
contract's
Well, you know
going
what?
up.
Good on Atlanta for not cutting him and locking him out of the facility like they did to fucking Steve McNair in 2007.
I'm
Facts.
telling you, that man has to just sell the Falcons, Arthur Blank, and just go right back to
I'm
Home
sorry,
Depot.
2006.
I know, man. Lumber's too high. Lumber's way too high.
You can afford to pay him $100 million.
Lumber's back down now.
No,
I know,
not
but
all
it's
the
not
way.
back down to where it was.
It
It's
is.
still too high, my boy.
Lowest prices are pretty close. I've checked. I got to build a bar in a few.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like my bar
forgot.
plans are starting to come up. So
Joey's going to Lowe's and Home Depot to check out the price
lumber
of wood weekly.
prices have come down so much back to normal that I'm actually considering building the bar out of cedar.
Wow.
Well, if any of you guys need your basements repointed, I do a phenomenal job after all this rain that we just had. Half of my girlfriend's basement did not leak. The other half did
What did
that
you
I
say?
did not touch.
Your basement what?
Leaked.
No. What do you do? What'd you say?
Repoint.
Okay.
No, my basement, ever since I had my yard regraded and dug up and redone, my basement's actually been pretty water-free. I mean, we got, what,
Yeah,
four and a half?
you got the pitch
9.
going towards like
We
the
got
road or
9 inches of
whatever,
rain?
away
And
from
that
your
one
house.
night we got 9 inches of rain in New Bedford.
Oh yeah.
9
Oh,
inches? All right, and I had minimal
Just
water
as
in my basement, so
I had water in my basement.
I had very
John,
little. I had
dude.
one little stream coming on from a place that I really didn't expect it to come from either, which is weird, but
Your crack?
no, under my washing machine, which I almost thought was like, oh, maybe something broke, but it didn't. I wasn't that lucky. But anyway, but Rob,
Wow, we shift gears a lot.
yeah, we're
Okay.
we're fucking more all of the like we're like Charlie Sheen on Tiger's Blood right now. This
like
is
Dominic Toretto in the first drag race and seeing Fast and the Furious.
This is good stuff. I one
you shifted
last
gears
thing before
14
I go.
times in a quarter mile.
Paul, it's a pleasure to been having you on the show.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it.
I do miss Keith. Not gonna lie. I know he's, I imagine exploring other avenues in life.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he had some personal things he had to handle, and
Yeah, for sure.
you know
For
it
sure.
was
Taking a little hiatus, but I'm here for the meantime.
No,
Hey,
he meant
that's perfectly
Keith, your
fine. That's
brother. He
okay.
misses him.
no
I
one
do
was-
have one experience with Paul being super duper drunk at the bar.
Which
And I
bar?
ran into you. It's the bar.
It's just
actually-
called
the bar.
Time was
Jesus,
called
I
the
haven't
bar.
been there in a while. Fuck.
Yeah, we're going back now like 3 years. And we're playing pool. You with Keith.
Yep, that
Keith?
makes sense. Yep,
That sounds about right.
That's the little. That's
Sounds
the little.
about right.
That's the
Yep.
littlest brother.
And we sat there. We shot the shit for like an hour. And now here you are.
All grown up.
Yeah. Oh, good.
well,
Yeah. I haven't been in the bar in a long time. I used to just go in there with my little brother. Was here just go have a beer, at the end of the night. But it's been
Same.
Yeah, it's been a
Well,
while.
without.
Why are you
going
looking like
into-
Steven Seagal? Jesus Christ.
Paul looks like he's on his deathbed right
He looks
now.
like Steven Seagal from any
Dude,
movie in the last 10
Fuck,
years.
bro, I don't know. I know I had like the
God.
His-
the
his-
closed one eye, like.
You have both isolated.
his allergies are so fucked right now. It's insane.
Dude, I haven't had it this bad in like a long time. I
Oh,
don't know
God,
what the
this is
hell
fucking
happened?
great.
Yeah,
to me,
hey,
like,
Mrs.
where
Swan,
it's
move
just
like 5 feet
All
to your
right.
left.
Well, hey, Rob, we appreciate the phone call,
As
bud.
always, fellas.
We'll talk to you next week after the
sure.
Falcons start off the season with a dub. And
Okay.
He talks more trash about the Falcons than anybody else, and yet he watched the Falcons get annihilated in 2016, and he's like, "This is my team. I hate everybody in this
Damn,
team."
Sean, you
No,
really pulled
No,
up like that.
I'm
right
giving
now.
I'm giving you a compliment. You really said like the next day you were like, "I hate every person on this team. I hate the coach. I hate the fans." Like you were every World Star video I saw where you just like shot your TV. And you were just,
Dan
and
Quinn.
then the next day you were just like, I'm gonna die with this team. And I was just like, hey, I give him credit. Like me, after the Super Bowl in 2007, I just was like, I don't want to talk football. I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to see jerseys of teams. I don't want to know what a football looks like. So Rob, I give you all the credit in the world. You're still there every day.
Yeah, it hurts sometimes, fellas.
It's all
well,
right, I
it's
know.
not going to hurt because you guys, listen, man, you kick off the season with Philly. Okay, they might be one of like the only three teams that are worse than the Falcons this year.
Rob's actually looking into adopt a Falcon. I don't know why he laughed. He was looking into it.
Well, just make sure.
That and a raccoon.
Just make sure it's a Falcon from Malta. And
No.
it's a Maltese Falcon.
He said the Falcon's name was PD Pablo or something. I can't
Oh,
remember.
even better.
Born and
Well,
raised
PD
up.
Pablo put out bangers, son.
Yeah.
Don't
That's-
disrespect.
Taking his shirt off, twisting
That's
around
what-
his head. It's been like a helicopter.
That's why you're getting a Falcon
Raza.
named PD Pablo. All right, Rob.
Rob,
Thank you. I
Rob,
appreciate it.
Take it easy.
we'll discuss that trip to Atlanta in the coming weeks.
Sean, buy an outfit. I'll see you guys.
All right.
Bach times 2.
Later.
Later, bro.
So Rob just took us from like Alaska to Hawaii to Florida to Newfoundland to
Back to New England.
Missouri to Ontario to Boston to
All right.
L.A. to
No, it was fine.
Missouri
It
again.
all came back.
Yeah, I don't know.
We came full circle.
We full circle is crazy. 774-992-8702. Before we were Rob called in, we were going to get into the
Sir
rule.
Thomas. You heard me. I just cut you right off. I don't give a shit.
Some fucking guy named Tom Brady who might play quarterback. I don't know. You probably heard of him. I don't know. This dickbag had some shit to say I can't even say with a straight face anymore. I love Tom Brady now that he's not in the Patriots.
He talks so much.
He's so everything he's done since he's been in Tampa, from like getting shit faced at the Super Bowl parade to being like, it's only fourth down. Like, I love everything. The man's a great American hero. Let's be honest. I mean, this dude has lived the American fucking dream. The guy is a goddamn fucking, he walks on water, okay? This guy has done everything and anything that you could possibly want to do in life. I mean, he was a pudgy dad bod 21-year-old kid, and then he was just like, oh, hey, I just won a Super Bowl. I'm going to win another one, and another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and toss 50 touchdowns one year. Listen, as much as it pains me to speak well of Tom Brady, because I still am the biggest Patriots hater this side of the Mississippi, and that will never change, I like Tampa Tom. I do. I like Tampa Tom. Tampa Tom's fun. This is a fun Tom.
He's funny.
I wish we had this the last 20 years might have been different, because then I might be able to look at it like people in New England look at Peyton, where they're like, I hate playing against him, but goddamn if he isn't fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's funny shit.
And his Saturday Night Live skits are great, and he's great in commercials, and he's super fucking funny, whatever. But Brady had some interesting, an interesting take, and it's kind of a longish clip. It's about 1 minute and 45 seconds.
Not bad.
1:50 seconds. So bear with us on that. But we'll play it for you because it's interesting. It's always interesting to hear offensive players come out, no pun intended, in defense of defensive players.
Mm-hmm.
This is always one of those things that you kind of look at and you're like, maybe there is something to this. Maybe there's something that needs to be said. And this, again, ties back in, if you listen to our show a couple of weeks ago, when we were talking about the Hall of Fame inductions and the way the game is going and the hands that the game is in for the people that are going to be taking it forward to the next generation. Ergo Peyton Manning, Tom Brady. These guys are starting to speak up a little bit and kind of call out the NFL on their bullshit. Check it out.
I think the one thing about football that's changed over the years, which I think is really hard for someone like me who's played a long time to watch, is like it's not being taught the right way. Like a quarterback should only throw the ball to certain places because your receiver is in danger of getting hit. For example, when I used to play against Ray Lewis, I wouldn't throw the ball to the middle of the field because he'd go after you and he would hit, like, and we didn't always have the biggest receivers, but he would hit him and knock him out of the game. And now every hard hit is a penalty on the defense. So I feel like they penalize defensive players for offensive mistakes. So, like, if a quarterback, I was watching the Chicago Bear game, the quarterback messes up, doesn't see the blitzer, or the line screws up. I don't know what happened. But the quarterback or the line on offense, the defensive player comes in and hits him hard, and they throw a flag on the defense. So they've almost moved the protection of your opponent to you, as opposed to where it should be, which is on yourself. Like, if you're a quarterback, you got to protect yourself and your players. It shouldn't be the responsibility of your opponent to protect you. And I think that's it creates really bad habits for players because you feel like I can basically do anything. I could run and not slide. I can throw my receiver into any coverage and not have any repercussion for it. The only thing they're going to do is they're actually going to blame the defensive player for making a good, solid hit, and now the defensive player is going to feel like, oh, I can't do that, even though I feel like it was an offensive mistake. So in the end, I think it's a really disservice to the sport. Because the sport isn't being played at a high level like I believe that it once was. It actually deteriorates because you're not teaching the players the reasons and the fundamentals of what the sport should be.
So there you've got Brady, right?
Brilliant points.
Making basically just saying everything, saying the quiet part out loud, which we've all been sitting here thinking it. We've all been saying, this is wrong. This isn't right. Now, you remember Sunday, Bloody Sunday?
Of course.
What was it, like 10 years ago now, 11 years ago, something like that?
I think it was 2010, so 11
years. It was like
11
9,
seasons
10.
ago.
It was one. I remember Sean Jackson getting laid out against the Falcons.
Yep.
somebody on the Bengals. And James Harrison against the Bengals. Was it Moga? I want to say Mogadishu, but that's where Black Hawk Down happened. Yeah. And then what was the third one? There was another. Todd Heap.
Oh yeah.
Got absolutely destroyed. Sunday, bloody Sunday in the NFL. And the NFL came out and they were like, "We demand justice." And they're like, "In the name of player safety," and they're like, they just tap. They do the South Park like where they pretend to slam the table. And they're like,
Yep.
They don't give it one of these. No, they're like, and everybody faked out, and they were like, "Oh no, like ooh, player safety. Oh my god." And then you got beta ass fucking males who just come out and they're like, "Well, yeah, that's the way it should be. This game is barbaric." Like, yes, it's barbaric. That's the way we like it, asshole. Fuck off. We don't play this game. My offensive coordinator in college said the most profound thing to me at 23 years old. I was coming off an injury. I didn't feel great. My back was fucked up. I wasn't feeling good, but I was back in the lineup, for practice the following week. I missed a couple days, and I was back in the lineup after a couple days, and I'm stretching on the field. He's like, "How you feeling?" I'm like, "Shit. It hurts. I'm not gonna lie." I'm like, I'm not great. I'm not 100. He goes, "Nobody plays this game because they want to be healthy." And I was just like, "Son of a bitch, you're right." And it was like one of those things, like a Rick and Morty moment, like, "You son of a bitch, I'm in." Mm-hmm. And I was like, "Fuck, you're right. I don't want to be healthy. That's why I'm doing this." And from that day forward, I just went balls to the fucking wall for the rest of the season. My back hurt for 6 weeks, 7 weeks, whatever it was, and I just said, "Fuck it. I don't know when I'm going to get a crack at this to do this again." So I just took the opportunity and ran. Nobody plays this game because they want to be healthy. Brady's point is that the NFL has overreacted to players' health, and in a way where players, just the visual of a player getting destroyed, even if it doesn't hurt him or just knocks the wind out of him, bruises him a little bit,
it looks bad,
or whatever, it looks bad.
Reggie Bush.
They're like, flag. Oh, you hit a quarterback hard because your left tackle blew a fucking assignment? That's a flag.
And that was a perfect way he said it in that video. He goes, "You're punishing defensive players for offensive mental mistakes." And I guarantee you, I've never thought about it that way. I've always thought about it like, oh, they're just penalizing big hits now. But he's right. Like, the offensive tackle made a misread, didn't do what he was supposed to do, made a mental error, and now the quarterback suffered for it. That shouldn't be the onus on the defensive player. That should be on the offense for missing the assignment to begin with.
Of course.
Right.
And then same thing with Brady, what he said about quarterbacks. He goes, "You're having a lot of bad quarterbacks throw passes and getting guys injured when they shouldn't be throwing those passes to begin with." And he made a perfect example. He goes, "I didn't throw over the middle. I don't want my guys getting killed by Ray Lewis." All of us in this room make Ray Lewis jokes like he's going to kill people. He's going to kill the guys he plays against. Brady is saying, yes, that is true. He will annihilate guys because he was that good, that dominating of a player. Mm-hmm. But he's saying, like, you're having these guys be paid money, make these mistakes, get their own guys injured. And it was just a consistent process of the game is deteriorating at a process of, like, where does it end? And Manning brought it up in the Hall of Fame. Brady brought it up right now on, like, a preseason – like, just get together.
It just looked like a little, like, powwow. Like, an in-house little powwow. Like, there was nothing, like, going on. There was no media there. It was just, like, or there was one girl who was, like, doing an interview, but it was, like, it seemed like it was all sanctioned by the Bucks. Like,
yes.
It was all Bucks friendly.
It was a Bucks, TampaBay.com type of thing. But for every good thing, and I want to play both sides of the coin here, because Brady said something else today, which I didn't agree with. Brady became a huge pansy about defensive players and offensive guys changing their numbers. He's very against this move. He hates defensive players can be 1, 9, 10.
Oh, I do too.
Brady's like...
Yeah, that's stupid to me.
But to be fair, Brady says it's too confusing for him.
No.
Come on, dog.
But when you play 20 years with it being one
21.
way, now you want to change it, it is confusing and it is stupid. Joey Fats Radio, row 1, seat 1.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Pat.
What's going on? What happened to your voice?
I just... okay, I'm good now.
He was eating a pistachio and he choked on it.
I want to put on Row 1 record. It was not me earlier who called during that interview.
Okay.
I missed it, but we'll listen later.
Well, good.
Any,
Good. I'm glad it wasn't you, Pat.
Any favorite matchups this week and for you guys?
What am I? I mean, like,
Yes,
what game
Mac
am I
Jones.
looking forward to? I'm looking forward to. I'm definitely looking forward to the Broncos and the Giants, 425. Mostly because I have a 6-pack riding on it with one of my buddies from work. Also because I cannot wait to see how many times Teddy Bridgewater checks down on 3rd and 7.
Ooh,
Okay.
You're gonna be mad.
We should do an over/under on that before the show's over.
Okay, we will.
No, but seriously, I'm very much looking forward to Cleveland, Kansas City is one of them.
Oh.
I would say there's no doubleheader on Monday night. Is that true? No, that can't be true. What's going on here? What is this? What is this? No, there is no doubleheader on Monday night. Okay, apparently we got rid of that. That I'm looking forward to Seattle, Indy.
Oh, that's a good game.
At 1 o'clock, I do want to see that one. Arizona, Tennessee, I think is underrated as shit. As is Pittsburgh, Buffalo.
Yeah, Buffalo.
Yeah, that's a good game.
And what was the other one? There was one other game that I saw here on the schedule that I was.
The Mac Jones highlight reel. That's gonna
I
happen.
mean, Patriots Dolphins is going to be fun. I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm like looking forward
well,
to it.
why would you be?
Well, it's a division game. It's always fun when the.
But
Patriots
yeah, it
play
is.
the
It is a
Dolphins.
division game. Ravens Raiders Monday night does not really tickle my Johnny.
Well, for fantasy purposes, it's pretty much
Bears Rams does nothing for me Sunday night.
Yeah.
Like that just seems like what a waste of a
What?
Sunday night game.
What, you're not
Yeah.
interested in Andy Dalton?
No,
Why?
I'm sorry.
Why?
I'm really not.
Wasn't
Honestly,
interested in Andy Dalton in Cincinnati.
the more
I'm
I
not interested in
the
him
more I
now.
look at this week 1 slate, the less impressed I am.
Did you know Andy Dalton said in a press conference a week ago, Fields is the future of this team. Right now is Andy's time to shine.
Yeah.
It was
Brucey's time to shine.
It was the most longest yard I've ever heard of my
Yeah,
life.
That's fucking
where
embarrassing.
he's basically begging the media, listen, cover this man another day. It's my time. It's Andy's time.
Yeah.
It's like, calm down, Andy
Fucking
Dalton.
pathetic.
Screwed.
And then the coach says, well, I promised him. Nagy, you should be fired immediately.
How Matt Nagy wasn't fired 2 years ago is beyond me, but that's
Yeah, I
a
think
whole-
Joey's
if-
right there.
Taking precious snaps away.
Imagine
from
if Bill
future
Belichick came
quarterback.
out and said, well, I promised Cam, even though I don't think he deserved it.
Yeah, that would make Bill not Bill.
Bill would be big bitch.
Because Bill is, let's see, how do I phrase this? Right, he's the best head coach of any team, any franchise in any sport of ever.
My brain malfunctioned the first time I heard Joey say that because I knew Joey hated Brady, so I figured I was waiting on Joey to rip Belichick. And when he said that, I was like, "Wait, what? I'm so confused."
No, Bill Belichick is is an absolute, he plays the game the way, or he coaches the game the way I would want to do it. Like knowing every little tiny loophole, little tiny fucking he's right there. In my eyes, to use a NASCAR reference. He's like Chad Knaus, and who was Jimmy Johnson's crew chief when Jimmy Johnson won 5 straight titles. They just found ways, way after way after way after way to exploit loopholes and exploit things. And people think, well, that's cheating. No, it's not cheating. It's not cheating at all. In fact, it's just being smarter than your opponent. It's understanding the rules and how they work. And how they're enforced. And sometimes the way a rule is worded isn't the way it's enforced, and vice versa. Bill Belichick has figured that out. Oh, and the guy's he's a fucking genius. He's X's and O's wise, light years ahead of anybody we've ever seen. He staffs himself with some of the best people, the brightest minds in the business. I mean, Uncle Ernie is
Retired.
He's retired, but it doesn't matter. At this point, I think Bill can handle it on his own. Belichick is the greatest coach of all time in any sport. Period. End of story. I don't want to hear about Red Auerbach. I don't want to hear about Phil Jackson. I don't want to hear about Pop. I don't want to hear about Joe Torre. Don't want to hear it.
Yeah, I forgot about Joe. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Joe Torre was great too. But Bill Belichick is like artificial intelligence for a computer game. It's like, why would the computer cut this guy? And it's like a year too soon, but obviously it's for economic reasons. And Belichick has no emotion, which is the best thing you can do. And there was actually a list that came out, I believe it was today or a couple days ago. Bill Belichick is the second least trusted GM in the NFL. So basically, all players that deal with the Patriots and have dealt with Bill Belichick don't trust him because they think he's basically pulling a fast one on them.
Isn't that kind of a good thing, though?
It is a good thing. It's a good thing if you're a Patriots fan and a Patriot player.
If you like winning, yeah.
It's like, damn, I really don't want to deal with Belichick. He's probably going to pay me less, and he's going to screw me.
I did hear. Well, we don't have to talk about this because I don't know the guy's name, but I heard he did give up some power to the GM, the new GM, so that's kind of good. But I think they had a good draft this year. They need a good draft after the last few years.
Who gave up power?
Belichick, just some Dave Ziegler guy. They were saying.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah, no. Ziegler's the new de facto learning to be GM kind of thing. Like he basically took over Nick Casario's position.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing I will say is that I believe in what I've seen, because you know how they show those draft room days, or they have the board all blurred out so you don't see who they like and stuff like that. To me, it was the first time ever Josh McDaniels was in the room.
Wow.
And at pick 15, they drafted Mac Jones.
Yep.
And Josh McDaniels is literally connected at the hip to Mac Jones all preseason. He's right there with him, talking to him, like, what are you thinking here? Showing him the charts, and they show practice film of him on the field, like Mac Jones is setting up a thing, and you see Josh Daniels in the background before the play even snaps, throws his hands up, what are you doing? And it's just you can tell, that's the guy he wants to coach, which now makes me believe. Which now makes me believe his microphone just dropped.
I don't know why.
His microphone. I'm sorry. Now it makes me believe that Josh
They're very cheap
McDaniels.
stands, that's why.
Josh McDaniels will eventually be the Patriots' next head coach because he has a quarterback that he can groom to be his guy for the future when he takes over.
Right, and he doesn't have to go just take over another team, then trade away his best quarterback, his best wide receiver, and then bring in Kyle Lowry.
Listen.
He was young,
I was
Joey.
100% with you. I said I don't want Josh McDaniels as head coach of this team. With a new quarterback, I'm willing to say okay.
Right, because at the end of the day, what choice are you really going to have anyway? And
it's going to be one of Belichick's kids, probably Steve or Billy Jr. I don't know.
There will be years and years and years and years of success in New England long after Bill Belichick is gone because of the footprint he is going to leave and the legacy he is going to build. He's built. Listen, you might not like Josh McDaniels right now. 10 years from now, when Bill's retired and Josh is keeping you in the hunt for Super Bowls.
Josh is 45. Did you realize that?
Yeah, he's very young.
He's so young. He feels like he's been around for 25 years.
So think about it. He was 30. Yeah, he was what? He was one of, if not, I think only Mike Tomlin was a younger head coach at the time.
Well, no, he's been a part of the Patriots organization since 2002.
Right, but I'm saying when he took over in Denver in 2009, I think only Mike Tomlin was a younger coach.
I think so. And then McVay broke both of them now.
Yeah, McVay was 32.
32.
He's 32 years old. Jesus Christ. I didn't even know how to fucking...
Kyle Shanahan's only a couple years older than him.
Kyle Shanahan's 35,
36.
35, yeah,
he's like our age.
Yeah, he's right up
closer
there.
to us. But no, listen, the Patriots are going to be fine. They're in good hands. And as long as the ownership stays steady, they're going to be fine. Robert Kraft isn't going to be around forever.
No.
And I can say this as a Broncos fan. I can speak from experience. When Pat Bowlen passed away, when Alzheimer's started setting in and the dementia and everything else, you could definitely see a rift and a change in direction from the Broncos because there was nobody to hold anybody accountable.
I worry about Jonathan Kraft taking over. Big
Why
time.
is that, Sean?
Jonathan Kraft.
Might be right.
Jonathan Kraft. Yeah, Jonathan Kraft is a big control penny pincher. He and not in a good way. I mean, he's made things and he's made concessions and you could tell Robert Kraft is a socializer. He likes to bring people together and get everybody to agree on things. That's not Jonathan. Jonathan is a very big divider. He was especially during the COVID thing, he's we're not renting out the stadium to have people get vaccines to have half-filled stadiums. We're having full stadiums. He's very much an authoritative dictator figure. And that's not Bob Kraft. Bob Kraft is a very compassionate.
Yep.
Everybody get together and love one another. He's that guy.
Yes, he's very loving.
And John,
very, very.
I use my words very carefully.
Kraft supports Donald Trump, and NFL players still loved him. How the F does someone pull that off? Not to go political. I'm just saying that's not an easy thing to pull off. I mean, he supports.
Because listen, at the end of the day, dude, if you're a man of your word, and if you're true to yourself and you do the thing and you do the right thing by other people, listen, at the end of the day, people can sit there on Facebook and say fuck you, I don't support you, blah, 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 blah. But when push comes to shove in real life, listen, man, I've got friends that tell me to go fuck myself on Facebook. But then as soon as they need something, they'll be the first ones to call me because they know I'll be there, because they know I'll bail them out, because they know I'll help them. And at that point, they don't give a shit who I vote for. So I think the same thing goes for Bob Kraft. Bob Kraft, he's not been out in the open about supporting Trump. He's not been like a big like rah-rah Trump guy. So
nope.
He's kept it, played it close to the vest. And guess what? He got Meek Mill out of jail, so he bought himself
Dude, that is the funniest shit of all time.
infinite fucking street cred, bro.
Hey, also, I'll tell you one more thing. Randy Moss sends him a Christmas card and well wishes and all this other bullshit. Randy Moss always signs the card to the Kraft family, Randy Moss Kraft. And he does that because the first time he met Robert Kraft, Kraft told him, you're now part of the Kraft family, like, forever. Like, it doesn't matter, like, what happens here. Like, you're always part of my family. And Randy Moss took that, like, very to heart, and he always signs his card, Randy Moss Kraft, to him now.
That's funny.
We've all had it, right? We've all had bosses that we worked for, people that we've worked for, that take you in and they treat you legitimately special, better than anybody else. I mean, I can name two off the top of my head. I won't call them out and put them on. I mean, it'd be a good blast, but I won't put them on blast.
Mrs. Nesbitt.
But I've had at least two bosses in my life that I would literally cut my teeth for and do anything for and run through a wall for in a heartbeat. I can't say that about, I don't know how many people I've worked for in my life, but it's shitload more than fucking two. You know what I mean? But Robert Kraft is that dude. He relates to the players.
Yep.
He takes care of his players. He does right by the guys. I mean, the NFL is a cutthroat business.
Yeah,
it's
big time.
It's a cutthroat individual, and we didn't get to ask Jarvis Green about it, but we wanted to talk to him about Asante Samuel's comments about Bill Belichick and things like that. But like, you're Robert Kraft. You employ a guy like Bill Belichick. There's got to be some trust there, and there's got to be some significant faith in each other. And Robert Kraft, from what I can tell, has always done the right thing as he saw it to be. Now, that doesn't always mean that his opinion was correct or that the right thing was, like the right thing might not have been going to a massage parlor, the Florida the day before the AFC Championship game or whatever. But, like, who cares? I don't give a shit about that. That doesn't bother me.
He's all horned up.
The point is that Robert Kraft, from what I can tell, Robert Kraft has been nothing but an upstanding man, and he's held up his end of the bargain for his players. Now, I don't know anything about his ventures outside of football.
And the players, Jeff Saturday,
they all
said he loves Robert Kraft.
Yeah, they all do. Nobody dislikes. I mean, it's the same thing. Like, nobody dislikes Jim Irsay. They just know he's kind of a loose cannon at times. Robert Kraft, not so much. He plays it pretty professional. Robert Kraft is the kind of guy that you could take golfing at a very nice private course and not have to worry. Jim Irsay is the guy that's going to be hitting on the cart girl by the third hole,
wearing an Affliction T-shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's who I'm golfing with.
Yeah,
Jim Irsay.
I don't get me wrong. Who do I want to play with? I don't know who's better handicap, but nonetheless. But you get what I'm saying, Pat. Like these are guys. Robert Kraft has been nothing but an upstanding guy, and one of the best leaders in the NFL. He's a pioneer, a leader. He's been a voice of reason among the owners for the last 30-something years. There's really not much more you can say about the guy. The dude's he's the fucking man, bro.
Joey, I got to hit you with one. Thank you so much. I'll hit you with one hard question, and I can even answer or hang up, but I got to ask you guys, what makes you think, what does I can't talk. What does Mac Jones have to do this weekend to have a successful weekend? Maybe not win, but what do you have to see out of him?
Don't turn the ball over.
Okay.
Don't turn the ball over.
Quick decisions.
Just make quick. Yeah, they don't have to be the right ones. Just make quick decisions.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Or let me bring that one back. Don't turn the ball over. Be decisive.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a shit if you make the wrong decision. Just do it.
Make a decision.
Make a decision and make it at 100 miles an hour.
Wow.
And stay healthy.
Yeah.
Don't force the big one.
I'm going to give you a spoiler. Mac Jones throws 4 touchdowns this weekend.
Oh my
Probably.
God. Wow.
Probably.
Dude, I'm not even joking. I think Mac Jones goes out. I'm not saying he does this every week by no means. I just think from what we saw in the preseason when he was playing with the backups and how efficient he was with the team, with guys that didn't even make the team, I think he's going to be phenomenal with both tight ends, both wide receivers starting, Jacoby Myers in the slot, both running backs behind that thick offensive line.
Yep.
I am gut feeling tells me Mac
Stay
Jones.
at home if you sick. Come through if you thick.
Oh, you better come through if you think. I think Mac Jones lights it up, and I think everyone's gonna be like looking around like, oh, this is Tom Brady.
Which is kind of going to be my biggest fear, because as I'll be simultaneously watching Teddy Two Gloves throw for 5 yards check down for 5 yards on 3rd and 8. I'll be watching Mac Jones throw for 4 or 5 touchdowns against the Dolphins and absolutely pop off the board. And then I'm going to be looking at the Broncos brass and be going, we could have had this guy.
So listen, I'll give you one spoiler. Drew Brees said today he knew for a fact that Sean Payton was trying to trade up for Mac Jones. He knows for a fact.
Makes
and
sense.
he said the best kept secret in this draft was Mac Jones.
Wow.
That's Drew Brees. He says,
I don't think it was I don't think it was even a secret. I just think people just didn't trust him because he's a Bama quarterback.
because he
Joey's right.
He looked like every 20-year-old you see out there who just never decides to work out.
And Tom Brady didn't?
Exactly. He looked like he played like a
I
video
mean, it's
game.
not like Peyton Manning looked like fucking Mr. Olympia either. I mean, we did have this picture from last week, right? Where was it? Hold on.
Oh, the Mac Jones and Cam Newton picture?
No, we don't want that one.
We don't want that one.
This one. We had this picture from last week.
Burger
Okay.
King guy.
Comparatively speaking, which guy looks like a professional athlete and which one doesn't? I mean, it's not that hard to figure out which one looks like a professional athlete.
One's got a starting job, one doesn't.
I mean, Cam is fucking
Hilarious. He's ripped.
He's got a fucking future in bodybuilding if he wants it. But
No, not anymore. Cam is all like,
what do you mean?
no, he's not toned anymore.
Dude, he can totally just fucking eat clean, trend hard, and
He's 100% vegan.
just start going. Okay.
Just saying.
I mean, it's really hard to do.
It's gonna be really hard. It's gonna be
All
hard.
right, never mind then.
Yeah, all right, never mind. Yeah, vegans can't be bodybuilders. Sorry.
Dude, I'm dead serious. Like,
No,
there's no way.
I am too. I mean, vegans are never. You go to Mr. Olympia. Olympia's at the first week of October, I believe it
Don't
is.
remember.
This year.
Ask him how many are vegans.
Go on stage and ask them like, hey, what do you guys usually eat? Well, chicken steak,
Sticks.
this, that, blah, blah, blah.
Leaves.
Do you guys any of you vegan? They're all gonna look at you and they're like, is this fucking guy serious?
It's not sustainable, of course.
Go tell the strength cartel
but
guys he's vegan.
but yeah, no. Pat, to your point, I think that's the big three, right?
For
Yeah,
sure.
it makes a lot of sense.
That's why
Good
they cut
decisions,
Cam.
confident
Just
decisions.
don't turn the fucking ball
Turn
over.
them.
That's the biggest thing. Don't turn the ball
I
over.
think that's number one.
Well, that's always
Yeah,
Belichick's always
always
number
is.
one.
Yeah, it's true. But I mean, like,
It's the reason why Drew Lock's not starting over Teddy Bridgewater right now. We'll get into that in a little bit, but you just can't turn the ball over. You cannot turn the football over in this league. You can't fucking do it. I don't care.
Can't have it. Can't do it.
can't do it.
Can't win with him. Can't coach him. Can't do it.
All right, boys. Sunday night's going to end. I'm going to be like, damn it, I can't wait for Tuesday. It's going to get better every week, boys. Thank you.
Yeah,
You guys
buddy.
a good week, and I'm looking forward to
Yes,
that time
Pat.
of football at the end all fall.
Looking forward to hearing from you every single Tuesday night from now until February.
Pat, go watch
All right,
that.
later, boys.
Go
Have a
listen to
good
that.
week.
Go listen to that Jarvis Green interview if the show ends at the
I
beginning of the show.
am.
Later.
Yep,
Later,
I'll have it
for
up on
sure.
Spotify ASAP.
Cool. I'll be listening later, boys. Have a good night.
Adios.
All right, brother.
bro.
Bye.
Good call, Pat. Always a pleasure hearing from our listeners. We love hearing from you guys. It's why we do it. 774-992-8702. Do you guys want to get into a little bit? Do you want to get into the picks?
Well, no,
I mean,
wait. We can get back into the picks because we got like half an hour
we got about
left or whatever.
30 minutes left.
Yeah, whatever. Tom Brady thing, the numbers
Yes.
thing. I think that's such like a weak argument of his. Like the other argument I agree with. The whole video thing
But
I
see,
agree with.
I don't disagree because this is the NFL.
Okay.
Listen, and again, I get in college they can do all sorts of fruity shit like, guys were wearing, like you could wear like number 15 as a receiver in the NFL.
Sure.
But it was never a very common thing. It was like you just wore 85.
It was uncommon. Got it.
It was uncommon. Uncommon.
That's what I said.
You said in common.
No, I didn't. Debatable. Go ahead.
We'll play back the tape later.
Play it back later.
I'll clip this later.
No one's gonna care about this clip.
1 hour and
Uncommon.
34 minutes. In common, he says. Not a real word. But I digest. Anyway.
What?
Hey, he's dying over here. We don't have much time.
Paul's dying over here. Paul's literally like on his deathbed. He's just like holding on like, Please hurry up and let the show end so I can go home and die.
I know I look like a complete asshole, like wiping my nose and like blowing my nose for like 2 minutes. I'm like, I hope this doesn't like really go into the microphone at all.
Oh,
like,
it does.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then you look like Steven Seagal, doing,
about to sneeze.
or Robert De Niro, either one.
I feel bad for you. I know where you're at. I've been there before. It sucks. But the whole thing about the numbers thing, like, why are we all of a sudden like just like giving like free range to people to like just wear numbers for whatever reason? But why?
That's it.
What do you mean? What does money have to do with anything?
Because
if
kids,
a wide receiver wears 81 or 1, what the fuck is the difference?
Dude, kids under 25
are stupid.
Love players that wear low numbers. I think it's a soccer thing. And they're like, oh, look, he looks so clean in that number 1.
If the NFL is changing fucking rules based on jersey sales because
they
fucking douchebag kids because they like soccer, that is the fucking lamest shit I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah, that's right up there. That's right up there with the NBA allowing like corporate logos on their jerseys.
How is the NFL even recognizing soccer as a sport?
No, I'm not. I'm using soccer as an example.
Are we still? Do we actually still consider soccer a sport? Is that still a thing?
Did we ever?
The
No.
rest of the world, yes.
No, I mean we don't. But are we granted?
But listen,
I don't know.
The NFL is marketing towards those kids who are buying jerseys for the most part because they want those people to
have.
But
jersey sales have never been a problem.
They want more.
I know, and like Mark Cuban said, the pig gets too fat, you get slaughtered, and it's at some point it's gonna backfire in the NFL's face.
Sure, of course it will.
It hasn't yet.
It will. You're right.
But I think you're starting to see cracks in the ice below the feet of the NFL, because for a long time the NFL was fat and happy, and there's nothing that they had to worry about. But when you start factoring in everything that started with with the rule changes, when we're talking about in the late 2000s, you started talking about the Colin Kaepernick drama. Now you're talking about taunting penalties. Now you're talking about catering to changing numbers, that anybody can do whatever the hell they want so that you can have guys wear whatever jersey they want. I'm with Brady on that. No, I think the number system the NFL has was fine 15 years ago. Why we had to change it, I don't know. But here we are. But they wanted to mirror college for whatever reason. But again, college has what? They give out, like Jarvis Green said, they give out 88 or 95 scholarships a year?
For sure.
Yeah, okay, there's 95 numbers that you actually have to need in order to fill the route. The NFL is 53. And then 8 guys in the practice squad. So whatever, fuck off.
No, it's more than that now.
Or 15, whatever it is.
It's like 14 guys or something.
Yeah, 14.
Now. It's ridiculous.
Who,
or 12.
Oh, okay. Who cares? There's 20 or 30 less guys per NFL squad. Why are we fucking with the numbers? I really don't get it. Like, I don't need Micah Parsons. I don't.
Was he 8?
I thought he was number 1, wasn't he?
Could have been.
I don't need an NFL linebacker running around wearing number 1.
Yeah, I'm not.
If you want 1 on your jersey as a linebacker, put on 51.
I'm not crazy about Judon for the Patriots wearing 9. It's just weird to me.
I don't like it. I hate
like it.
As a matter of fact, I loathe it.
I think Brady complaining about it was strange because he's like, it's confusing for the offense. I'm like, Tom, how is it confusing for the offense?
Because when he's at the line and he's saying
9's the mic,
9's the mic, or 53, usually that's 59's the mic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you're saying 9.
Right, but now you're looking at guys. Now you got a bunch of different numbers, different single guys. Now it might be more of a recognition thing. And
weird.
Maybe it's part of the evolution of the game. I just think it's stupid.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. I don't care about it from a player standpoint. Honestly, it's not my job.
It's a big change.
It's not my job, and I get why. Like, it'd be like if we go to work and all of a sudden they're like, okay, all the cons uniforms are different now. They're gonna wear blues just like us.
No, they can wear whatever color they want.
I just don't like it for the simple fact that they're gonna change something that doesn't need to be changed. You know what I mean? It's not like for me, like, oh yeah, the quarterback, sees number 42 coming at him. Now he's gonna think there's like a different package or something that he's got to look at, check to a different spot. Like I don't
listen. I don't know. I would like to know more about. I'd like to hear Brady's elaborate on that point a little bit more. But I don't like it. I don't like it.
He just said they spend all week looking at film.
I don't even like the fact that wide receivers are allowed to wear numbers in the teens. I always hated that.
Yeah, N'Keal
wide
Harry.
Receivers should have been 80s, all 80s. That was the 80s were wide receiver numbers.
N'Keal Harry changed from 15 to number 1 today. Why? First of all, he's lucky he even made the team, and now you're switching numbers. It's like, what are you doing? Like that, I think is stupid. To have a wide receiver in single digits.
Doesn't he have to buy out? Like, don't you have to buy out a certain amount, of money to change numbers too?
No, because it's within a certain amount of time. Like you have to wait 2 years to do it, and he did. And Cam's gone, so whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the whole the numbering system the NFL had, like I said, 15 years ago was fine. 20 years ago was fine.
Yeah,
it was fine. Marvin Harrison wore 88. Michael Irvin wore 88. All right, Ed McCaffrey 87.
I didn't mind the teens for the wide receivers. I thought that was kind of cool.
I hate it. Honestly, I hate it.
I
Brandon Marshall wearing 15, I never loved it. I mean, I really
Reggie
didn't.
Wayne 17.
No, he was 87 in Indy, where he made his career. But I just never liked it. I don't know. It just call me old-fashioned, but I liked the way that the NFL numbering system worked in the early 2000s. I didn't see a problem with it. I don't see a problem with it now. I don't see why we need to change it. I don't see how it affects jersey sales.
They only care about money.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
But what I would love to hear the argument that changing numbers or allowing players to wear more different, having a different scope of numbers that they're allowed to wear per position.
I'll find it.
I would love to know what the reasoning is behind that in terms of monetary value.
I'm
because
pretty
I
sure.
I don't see it.
I'm pretty sure someone, Greg Cassell? No, former Mr. ESPN, Darren Ravel, he had an article about it. He said the NFL is changing it because it's based on money. And then they say lower numbers sell more. And that was one of the things like that. It's like single.
Yeah, you know why I know lower numbers sell more? Because guess who wears lower numbers? Quarterbacks. Guess who buys every fucking jersey? Or guess who kids buy? I was scrolling through Facebook, and obviously everybody's kids going back to fucking school the last 2 days. And then I watched one of my good friends' kids send their kid off to first, second grade, whatever it was, in a Lamar Jackson jersey.
Oh no!
And I'm like, number 8. I'm like, number 8. I'm like, looking. I'm like, holy shit, he's wearing a Lamar Jackson jersey. I'm like, okay. And my first thought was, I didn't even know they watched football in that household. Awesome, good for them.
He doesn't.
Whatever. But the point was that the reason why lower numbers sell more is not because of the number, it's because the guy who's wearing the number. If quarterbacks are 1 through 19, guess what's going to sell the most? 1 through 19.
Right. I'm not buying the backups number. I'm not buying the backups quarterback jersey because the fucking number's cooler.
No one's going to go out and buy. I don't know. Insert a guy here. No one's going to go buy Le'Veon Bell's jersey because
he's number 3.
Because he's number 3 now. Right? Nope, not happening.
By the way, he's now a Baltimore Raven practice squad player.
Yes.
Squad. I guess they're gonna bring him up though. They said.
Maybe.
Maybe. If he makes it.
Yeah, this week. Yeah, I don't know.
If he makes it.
They're most likely going to bring him up.
It's
I saw
Le'Veon
the
Bell,
thing.
dude.
I know, but I don't
It's
fucking
been
know.
like 4 years since Le'Veon Bell was good.
Yeah, well, he went to the Jets and gained 35 pounds in an offseason.
We went from Le'Veon Bell being the best back in the NFL to
and getting robbed by hookers.
Wow, he's just doesn't even exist anymore. But the number thing is stupid. I don't like it. Don't agree with it. Don't like it. Don't want it. Is what it'd be.
Stretching. Sorry, not trying to make any kind of Just fuck off.
Sean's doing show yoga.
Yeah. Oh. Show yoga.
He's like, gotta realign my chakras.
No, shut up. It was just I was uncomfortable, back shoulder.
To adjust my chi.
Fuck you.
Do you have any castor oil?
No, I do
not. You
not.
can rub that on.
Fish oil.
774-992-8702. That's the phone number if you want to give us a call. We got about 25 minutes left. We're going to do our picks here.
Woo!
Season picks. There is a row 1, seat 1 pick'em league on Yahoo. I will go ahead and link that right now so that you guys can go ahead and, get in on all that shit.
Last year is the first year I've lost in 3 years.
Sean's full of shit.
It's not full of shit. You can actually check it. It's factual. I think I came in 7th last year. It was bad.
That's because you suck.
Yeah, after going back to back, first place, yeah. Smarty Jones, I think, whooped me.
Who?
Smarty Jones. He's always in our Pick'em League.
Oh. Is this the first time I'm in the Pick'em League?
No, you were in it last year. You just didn't do it.
Oh, yeah, because I didn't
You did week 1, week 2, and then you went 0 for the rest of the games.
I probably didn't even realize it. I was like, oh, yeah, I have this other thing I have to pay attention to.
So you were 21 and 159.
Yeah. That's okay, because at least now that I'm down to one fantasy league, maybe I'll actually make my fucking picks this year.
Do you remember what the password was for this one? Was it row 1 seat 1? I think it's just row 1 seat 1.
I don't remember. I can.
So we got Sloan Dog Millionaires making a return. Smarty Jones is back in it. Maximus is back in it. You two both need to join, you fucking bums.
Wait a minute. I'm in it right now. It says I'm not invited. You make it open. You made it private.
No, I didn't.
It says it's private.
Well, either way, so we got a couple people at least in the league. That'll make it interesting.
Settings.
Couple in the what is it?
Tools.
5, 6. 5, 6 ain't bad. So you got to make picks. So this isn't just. Oh, so this isn't our picks like of who we think is going to win in divisions and things. This is just.
No, this is weekly
league.
games.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I thought we were jumping into the pick'em like league thing or whatever the hell we have.
Shit, I gotta change my profile picture.
Oh boy, what is it?
Yeah, so the it's definitely row 1 seat 1.
Oh, that's awesome.
Let me see.
Yeah, well, whatever, dude. I mean, you'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
I didn't even really realize that it was like a login thing.
Pretty sure.
Know.
Wasn't Pat? Who's our Giants fan that usually calls in? What's his name?
Giants fan.
Yeah.
We have a Giants fan that calls in.
Yeah.
We got what? The Atlanta
Alex?
kid.
Alex says he's going to win the league this year, hands down.
Okay, he's in it. He's already registered.
Well, he says he's going to be.
Oh, okay. Is it like an open invite? Does people just?
Yeah, it's an open invite.
Oh, you have to invite people to this. Okay.
Yeah. See, it says you're not a member of this group. It's not public.
Oh man.
We'll fix it. I assure you, we'll fix it before Thursday.
I'm gonna fix this shit right fucking now for the show's over. No, but anyway, so let's get
What division you want to start with? Do we have to do playoffs right now? Because I don't feel like doing. Like,
No.
Thank Jesus.
No, we're not doing playoffs. So we're gonna run through our picks. We're gonna give you our picks real quick. We're just gonna run division by division. We'll just give you the division winners, and then that'll basically lend itself in the 2 wildcard teams. So we'll start off in the AFC.
Which East? Want to do East?
We'll do the East first. Okay. All right. I'm going with Buffalo, 13-4.
I agree. I'm going Buffalo.
I'm going the Patriots in a tie with Buffalo.
I have New England
12-5.
That is exactly what I have New England's record at.
I say Buffalo and us 12-5, and we go by a tiebreaker.
I'm going with Buffalo 13-4.
I'm okay with that.
All right. So in the West, I've got Kansas City 13-4.
I too have Kansas City, but I have Kansas City 12-5 as well.
Okay. The South,
Paul.
LA maybe.
LA? What?
Oh wait, who did I pick? Let me see that. I can tell you who I look.
What? That's my picks.
Yeah, I know what it is.
AFC West.
No, I think
No,
I
the
did
AFC
pick,
South.
Yeah, I picked Casey.
No, we just did the West.
Oh, the West.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't pick
I
one.
picked Casey.
Oh, okay. In the South, I thought we were done with that. I thought
My fault.
In the South, I've got the Tits 12-5.
I'm going Titans 11-6.
And I'm good. I'm giving the Colts the same record, but I think the Titans are going to beat them in the tiebreaker.
Obviously, I'm going Colts.
The only reason why I don't have the Colts winning this division is because I don't trust Carson Wentz to stay healthy all 16 games.
I think the Colts go 9-8 because
games.
of Carson Wentz.
It would probably behoove us if Carson Wentz didn't go healthy all those games.
It would be better.
What if you guys signed Cam?
In the North, I've got the Ravens taking that with the Steelers finishing second above the Brownies.
I took Steelers.
I'm going with Ravens 12-5. I have Steelers second and Browns third.
I think the Browns are in for a very, very, very rude awakening this year. When they realize that Baker Mayfield is exactly...
He's a clown.
No, not even as a clown. I just think he's exactly as good as he is right now. And I don't... Everybody's waiting for him to take that next step, and I just
don't think he is.
Don't think it's going to happen.
I don't believe so either.
I've seen nothing that says to me... And the Cleveland Browns are just the most shittily run franchise in maybe all of the AFC. So, fuck them.
Yeah. Did you hear the Browns might actually have Odell as their fourth wide receiver starting on Sunday?
Wow, that's brutal.
How the mighty have fallen.
And I do have Oakland at 6-11 this year, so fuck you, Raiders fans. In the NFC, we'll start again with the East, same order. I'm going to go with Dallas in a tie over the Washington Redskins. I have them both at 10-7.
I took Washington just because I don't believe in Dallas ever, unfortunately.
You would be right to do so.
Don't.
You'd be right to do so.
You know what? Dak is going to prove how valuable he was when he was missed last year. I think Cowboys go 12-5.
Oh.
And I think that is a high-powered offensive throwing team. I love CeeDee Lamb.
Definitely. The offense is going to be
CeeDee Lamb.
The offense is going to be
he's
insane.
man,
That offense is going to be very, 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 very fun to watch. I just think Washington's defense with Fitzmagic is going to keep them in a lot of games. I think they're going to win a lot of games because of that. And at the end of the day, like Paul said, I have just a hard time believing in Dallas.
I just can't.
I want to.
Me
I
too,
really
'cause
do.
I like them.
They're talented, and I think they've got a bunch of pieces. Again, we talked about Micah Parsons, and I think he's a guy that is going to be very much in the running for Defensive Rookie of the Year. That being said, I just don't have a lot of faith in the Cowboys.
Sorry, Dave.
So I'm going to give the Cowboys the division win in a tie with the Redskins for the first at 10-7, and then I got the Giants. I'm going to go 8-9 because I just don't. I don't know that the Giants. I don't even know that the Giants are capable of 8 wins. I'm being very generous with I think 8 wins.
Like 7-10.
And I've got the Eagles going 1-16.
Ouch.
No, I don't. I have the Eagles winning like 6 games. No. I wanted to ask, who do you think is going to have the worst record in the NFL? I wanted it to be at like the very end question, but
I like Jalen Hurts better than 1-16.
no, I think they win like 6 games. The only reason why I didn't like Washington to go back to your thing is because it's Fitz magic.
Yeah.
It's the magic
Yeah.
the first 6-7 games after everyone's like, it's the same dude.
Yeah, I know.
So in the West, which I feel like this is going to be the best division in football, the NFC West. I really do. I think this is going to be one of those divisions where we're going to look back and we're going to go, holy shit, whoever comes out of this division is probably going to win it. I think both wild cards come out of this division.
Okay. Wait, there's 3 wild cards now.
I'm sorry. 2 wild cards are coming out of this division. There will not be a third. I'm going to go L.A. I'm going to give the Rams 13-4 to win it. San Fran, I think, is going to be right on their heels, nipping at them all year, 12-5. And I think Seattle is going to be right in the wheelhouse at 11-6, maybe 10-7, depending on how that goes. Arizona, I think, is going to be the odd man out. I think they're going to be like 6-11.
Yeah, probably. I'm going Seattle.
Only because I don't think Kyler Murray's that dude. And outside of like D-Hop and Fitz and wait, do they have A.J. Green now too?
Yes, they do.
Yeah. They got a bunch of wide receivers and Kyler Murray.
They have like 3 running backs too. Chase Edmonds, James Conner, and somebody else.
I just don't trust anything about. They're like, oh, we got J.J. Watt. I'm like,
yeah.
Is it 2013?
Yeah.
No. Oh, okay. Cool. Good for you, I guess.
About it.
Good for you, I guess. Like
And that was so weird.
give him the neat.
Yeah.
That was so weird. He made this huge thing like, I'm going to Arizona. And everyone's like, okay. Like, that was a weird place to pick. It was just odd.
Yeah. I wouldn't have ever seen him leaving. I thought he was going to retire in Houston.
Well, no, he had to leave because he basically said, like, this organization sucks.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So,
by the way, I'm going with the 49ers.
you going
with
with the Niners in that division?
Yeah, for sure.
It's. I think it's kind of a toss-up between San Fran and L.A. The only reason I'm going with L.A. is because I think Matt Stafford will stay healthier than Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh, I think they turned it over to Trey.
I don't. I really don't.
Trey looked good in preseason. He looks decent.
No. He made a lot. Listen, he flashed some arm talent.
Yeah, he's a young buck. He's 20.
But he has. I really don't think he has any fucking clue what's going on the field right now. He's just. And when we know what happens when these young guys, these with big arms, get in NFL games, and they don't know what's going on, and they think that like, it's just like college. I can just go out here and sling it around the lot, and everything will be fine. No.
The game seems a lot slower to me. Where was that Fields?
That was Justin Fields, yeah.
Yeah.
The game seems a lot slower to me as he's getting fucking tattooed by a fucking defensive man.
First of all, good enough for not having your chin strapped in all the way. He had one buckle and he got his head blown off.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing. NFC South, I think this is going to be a very competitive division as well. I'm going to give it to Tampa Bay. As long as Brady stays upright and healthy. Now, I know I let some pretty harsh criticism go of the Bucs a couple of weeks ago when I was talking about if you're not getting better, you're getting worse, and the Bucs not going outside the building to really bring anybody in to help them win another championship.
Antonio Brown doesn't count?
No, they had him in-house last year.
I'm joking.
I think that's still going to come back and bite them. I think that can still come back and bite them in the ass But until I see otherwise, I'm just going to go. Listen, man, I've been betting against Tom Brady pretty much my whole life, or at least 2/3 of my life, and 2/3 of the time it's been wrong. So
it hasn't really worked out.
It hasn't really worked out that well. So I'm not going to start now. I'll give the Bucs the nod. 11-6, I think, is where they're going to go. I think they were 11-5 last year. New Orleans, I'm going to have in a dead-ass tie record-wise, but I think they'll lose the tiebreaker somehow. And then I have Atlanta going 10-7. This might be extremely generous of me.
Extremely.
But it's mostly because I only have the Carolina Panthers winning 3 games this year. So
Right. Suck it, Carolina.
Somebody has to do that. Like, listen, I like Sam Darnold. I love Christian McCaffrey. I just don't know what the fuck. I don't know what Carolina's going to fucking do. I really don't. I have no idea how
Name 2 players on defense.
I can't. Star Latule.
Don't fucking look at me.
I don't. Actually, that might be one.
I might be making that up. I mean,
he's like Greg Hardy.
I could be throwing that out there and a whole bunch of mistakes, but no, that's what I've got for the NFC South. What about you guys?
NFC South, I think it's the first time we all agree, Buccaneers. I have Buccaneers 12-5. The rest of the division, I think, is just going to be garbage. I think I think the Saints will be in second place at 9-7.
You think the Bucs will be in second place?
No, he's taking the Bucs.
I'm taking the
Saints.
Bucs.
I'm sorry, you're taking the Bucs.
Yeah, without Drew Brees, I don't really think the Saints are like that big of a contender.
Listen, man,
and no Michael Thomas. And no Michael Thomas.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put it out there. I think Jameis Winston is gonna have himself a year.
I think Jameis Winston. Here's a hot take. I think Jameis Winston will lead the league in passing.
I would not doubt that.
But then he'd also probably lead the league in deceptions and fumbles.
Yeah.
He very well could.
4,500 yards,
but
45 to picks.
5,000 yards. 52 interceptions.
It's like James Winston threw 40 touchdowns this year. How many interceptions? 55.
He's like, I made completions to both teams. What do you want?
He's like, what? That's 90 completions, no matter how you look at it.
Yeah.
All right, NFC North, to round it out.
Come on.
I'm going to go out on a limb here.
Don't.
I'm going to go out. It's a very thick limb here. Sorry, it's a thin limb. This is a thin one. I'm gonna put it out there. The Aaron Rodgers Ultimate FU Tour will end with Aaron Rodgers throwing 59 touchdowns on the season.
Lord, I hope. My fantasy teams would be
and
rich.
The Green Bay Packers becoming the first 17-0 team in NFL history.
This is the craziest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Nah, that ain't happening. I got Green Bay too, but that ain't happening.
You are definitely right, and I am probably definitely wrong, but it makes it more fun if we do it this way.
Dude, if that happens, one of my fantasy leagues, I'd be like the all-time leading scorer of ever. I have Devontae and Aaron Rodgers on the same team. I'd be rich.
Devontae Adams goes off for 25 touchdowns. A-Rod throws 59, and they're just like, sup.
I would just show up one week in a fur jacket and sunglasses. On money I haven't even won yet.
But then they'll get to the second week of the playoffs and they'll be like they'll eke out the Bears. Like
I don't care.
17-3.
Fantasy's already over. I'm still gonna win with a fur coat.
Sean will lose. He won't even get to the championship.
I'm smoking.
Looks like Joe Namath. I'm gonna reluctantly put Minnesota at second at 10-7.
No, you can't. The COVID team. Kirk Cousins is gonna get everybody sick, and the whole team's gonna miss like 3 games.
Well, that at least 4 losses for them to have on their own. Chicago, I'll put at 9-8 because I don't believe in them for one fucking bit. And kneecap biting Detroit, I'm going to say 5-12.
I don't think. Is it Goff now?
Goff in Detroit, yeah.
I don't think Goff's going to do too well there.
I think Detroit will be the first 3-14 team.
3-14. Mm-hmm. All right, I like it.
Wait, so who do
you
guys?
I got 5-12.
Who do you guys think is going to be the worst team, worst record in the league? First overall pick next year.
Eagles.
Eagles. Honestly, I'm taking Detroit.
I think the Eagles are going to be fucking
awful. I think the Bears are going to be worse.
Nope.
Like my heart says Detroit because of who they are, but I think the Bears are just going to
I have the best answer.
Go on.
Houston Texans. They're going to go.
Oh, right.
They're going to go
Houston.
1-16.
Oh, actually, no, I'm sorry. I have Houston at 0-17 on my paper.
Wow.
You're right.
Yeah, that's true.
I have them 1 win. 1.
Yeah,
Maybe they get Deshaun back for 1 game.
Sorry, right. So it'll be Texans, Eagles, Lions. That'll be 1, 2, 3.
I was gonna say the Texans are good for at least one win against the Colts. They just always fucking are. So
Colts fans are just like, God, fuck it.
They're just, we're gonna lose once to the Texans.
The Colts are like Russ Wheeler in the end of Days of Thunder, and it's like, I know the Texans. They always go high, and he's like, got to block him. He's going low.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch! Like, how did you not see that coming? Like,
We just fuck up one game against them every year. We always
it always.
They have no
I know.
players.
I don't give a fuck.
Bold predictions for the season. MVPs.
Christ Mac.
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Aaron Rodgers.
You want A-Rod? I'm gonna go Russ. I think Russ is finally gonna get it this year.
Because you son of a bitch, you fucking nickel and dime me all the fantasy leagues taking my guys.
Fuck you. My league and my team in Phil's league is like teetering. Like, I am one fucking slip away from an absolute disaster in that league.
Yeah, I know.
That team
You gave up after round 7.
Also, yes, but that team is a disaster.
He's on TikTok. He's like, "Oh, my battery's about to die." I'm like,
No.
"The draft is over."
So I went down this rabbit hole. I was going through Instagram, and I went like all of a sudden like golf cuties popped up, and then I just went down this rabbit hole, and I was like, whoa.
He's like, "My battery's at 8%."
I'm like, that
"What
chick's
are
a
you doing?"
professional golfer, dude. What?
Yeah.
I was like, God damn. And then all of a sudden, I'm like 10 profiles deep into that. And I'm like, they're like, Joey, it's your pick. I'm like, huh? I'm like, where are we?
Who's the next best? Yeah, give me that guy.
No, Russ, defensive rookie of the year, I'm going with my boy PS2. I think Micah Parsons will be a very close second.
For a defensive rookie?
Yeah.
Oh,
Defensive
at
rookie.
least a defensive player of the
No,
year.
defensive rookie of the year.
What about defensive player of the year?
Defensive player of the year, I am going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say, for the first time in his illustrious career, Von Miller dots the I, crosses the T, and finally brings home defensive player of the year.
I'm going to say. I want to say it's going to be a linebacker for defensive player of the year.
Which Von Miller would do. Yeah,
Yeah, but I'm going to go Von Miller.
We're
I want to
Levante
say.
David.
Huh?
Levante David.
Hell no. I would say T.J. Watt if he plays, or Darius Leonard.
I was just gonna say
The
Darius.
maniac.
I'm
yeah.
such a fucking homer.
The thing is like
oh,
Darius.
He's
look at
that good.
Quiddy Pay.
But the thing is,
No, he's that good.
Darius Leonard will never win that award because he doesn't get enough sacks and interceptions.
He puts up godly tackles.
But
though.
He gets a,
right, but
he gets
I
a
know
decent amount of picks, dude. For a linebacker.
He tears the ass out of offenses in terms of tackles. But these writers and the people who vote for it, they don't give a shit about that. No one cares about tackles. You need flash plays. You could have 20 sacks, 10 interceptions, something like that. Like that's what gets you defensive player of the year.
Like Troy
TJ Watt
Polamalu-esque
is actually a good candidate. I would say either one of Nick Bosa would be probably a pretty good pick.
One of the Bosa boys.
One of
Okay.
no, Nick, not Joey. Joey's ship has sailed.
He's a super shit.
Nick Bosa could potentially get that. But I'm gonna throw it on the veteran. I'm gonna put it on Von Miller this year. Him and Bradley Chubb finally healthy again with that defensive line and that secondary. I think you're gonna see a Von Miller that you've never seen before.
Okay.
What else? Offensive player of the year. Do we really even give a fuck? Who cares? I don't know. Name me a wide receiver that catches the most touchdowns.
D-Hop.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
No, it's always going to be a quarterback, dude. They'll probably get Josh Allen or some shit.
Yeah, you're probably
Yeah, I
right.
can see that.
What about offensive rookie of the year?
Oh, it's Mac Jones. There's no way I'm getting off this shit.
I actually.
If
agree
Mac
with that.
Jones throws 4 touchdowns like I think he will on Sunday, just give it to him right then.
Yeah, I agree.
He could throw 49 interceptions the rest of the year. They're like, Mac Jones killed the Dolphins week 1.
Yeah, I know. Give it to him.
Yep. So, all right. So that wraps that up for the predictions. We'll go into a little bit more in depth. I will get the Yahoo Pick'em League fired back up and fixed to make it public. I don't know why it's not. That
Shit happens. It's Yahoo.
baffles the fuck out of me because it's never been private before. It's always been public. But hey, is what it be, baby. Joey Vats Radio, row 1, seat 1.
Hey, emergency question. What do gay horses eat?
What?
Hey.
Yes. Okay, sweet. I already brought that joke up. Yeah.
Well, 2 of us got
Yeah,
it, and he
yes.
was like, oh, okay.
Fuck. Yeah, no. He ruined my punchline. Fuck. Like, oh, man. What's going on, guys?
Wow,
Alex,
he
Alex,
was
how
all
are you,
thrown
bud?
off.
How's the new gig treating you?
All right. Because of COVID, fuck politicians, man. Like,
Speaking my language.
Oh yeah, no, dude. Right, left, whatever. They're all bad, dude. They're all corrupt. Dems are trying to shut everything down to get another stimulus passed. The right wingers are freaking like just.
Believe me, I am less than thrilled with fucking Cocaine Mitch right now. I could go into it, but that's a whole nother show.
Dude, his neck looks like a vagina, dude. Like
it does.
He
looks like he has a cloaca.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. Pissed me off. But anyways, dude, hey, Joe. The New York Giants are beating the Broncos by 35 points.
All right. I mean, listen. I'm gonna tell you this. Every single time, Alex, I am gonna personally message you on Facebook. Every single time Teddy Bridgewater checks down on 3rd and 7, and comes up short. So that'll be at least, you will get at least 8 messages from me on Sunday.
Okay. What, when they're down 80? Like I just don't really understand.
Oh, it doesn't matter if they could be up 100 or they could be down 100. If if it's 3rd and 7, Teddy Bridgewater will get you 5 yards. If it's 3rd and 9, Teddy Bridgewater will get you 7 yards.
Broadwater.
It's just the way Teddy Two Gloves rolls. I mean, will he turn the ball over? No, probably not. But he's going to get you those 7 yards on 3rd and 10.
Yeah.
Where are you? You in Denver or New York?
Oh, wait, me?
No.
Where's the game?
Where's the game?
New York.
It is New York.
Oh,
okay.
In New York, yeah.
The only thing Denver has going for them is it's a 4:30 start. So
whack.
It's a little more normal.
I know it's extremely stupid too because they changed the Joe. They changed the game time. It was like I think 1 o'clock a couple months earlier or whatever. So the U.S. Open final with Djokovic going for history is at 4 o'clock also. So I mean, it's like really screwing like.
So it's really fucking over New York people.
Yeah, it's fucking New York people over. And it's just like, okay, there's nothing cool in New York for like 2 years, and you're making like finals on the same time at the same day. Like, it doesn't make sense.
You might want to spread that shit out. Like everybody's been shut down for so long, and now you're gonna be like, here's a Giants game and the U.S. Open Finals all on the same day. Everybody come out like, yeah, no, I see where you're coming with that. That's dumb as shit. But New York is New York. I mean, hey, but at least you got rid of Cuomo. You know, you got that going for you.
Yeah. I mean, yes and no. It just depends on the replacement. As long as you don't get freaking Stalin Jr. in there.
Well, yeah. Which one? Because you've got like Joseph Goebbels' like great grandson, and then you got Stalin's grandson, and I'm pretty sure Pol Pot. He's got a blood relative running in there too.
Yeah. Yeah. It is all the worst bases. I mean,
hey, maybe it's New York. Maybe we get the Mussolini up there in the governor's office.
But
I digest.
But I'm a fighter, so I'd rather be optimistic and.
Yeah, I'm with you. There's really nothing you can do about it anyway. So it is what it is.
Oh, I'll fix it, Joe. I'll fix it, Joe.
I have faith in you, Alex. The utmost faith.
Thanks. Yeah, even if I have to bullshit cater to people that I don't mean on social media, but Joe, I'm telling you right now, I'm stopping this communist shit because it is bad news bears, dude.
Good.
Listen, man, you're in the lion's den right now. This is where we need the fighters.
Yeah. Oh. Fuck
him and Burger King, man.
Oh my gosh. Hey, dude. But the other thing. Quick question for the Patriots. Okay, I am astonished that they cut Cam Newton, and not only that, like Mac Daddy. Matt Jones. Yo, I think he's the real deal.
I'm hoping.
No, I know that. Because the way my boys tell me, I have connections. I can tell you right now, it's just the way he processes the field. So my boy from upstate New York, okay, was saying that so he works or whatnot with the Pats. I am not gonna sell him out, but
Yeah, don't sell
he
them out.
said,
Don't sell them out. Just we trust you. You got sources,
Yeah,
Alex.
yeah,
all
you're
right?
fine.
No,
You're
yeah,
in the.
yeah, no,
You're
no.
listen. You're in the business. Okay, you're in that end of you're on that end of society where you're in the bowels of professional sports now, and you got people, bro. That's all you gotta say. I
Yeah.
got people.
I'm just saying, yeah, he said he's Jim Kelly-ish as far as like the way he like processes time. Like he can read the field faster than anybody else.
Oh, he's
like,
Neo. Oh shit.
I like it. I mean, and I agree. I think that was his best quality coming out of Bama.
Hell yeah.
Was his ability to make quick decisions.
Efficiency.
What did we say before? What are the 3 things that Mac Jones needs to do to have a successful Sunday? Don't turn the ball over. Make
Be
quick
decisive.
decisions. Be decisive, and make whatever you do it at 100 miles an hour, and win.
Yeah. Hey, so do you know when the 49ers trade for that pick? It was for Mac. That is a fact. It was rumored or whatever. I found out after the draft that it was 100%. It was for Mac Jones.
No, it was a trade. It was a smoke screen.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, they ended up falling in love with. They didn't care who they got. They thought they were gonna get the best quarterback outside of Trevor Lawrence at number 3. They didn't want Zach Wilson at all. They wanted it was 100% moving up for Trey and for Mac, and they were gonna get one of them, and they said they're going with Trey.
Yeah. So Zach Wilson was hung over with the interview with the Niners. So
Nice.
yeah. So that you are right about that. Like no, that is good info. That's actually accurate.
Yeah, I know they didn't want Zach Wilson at all. I Shanahan, I think, really didn't like his attitude. He's not like a tall kid either. I know he has a great arm, but you could say the same thing about Sam Darnold. I thought Sam Darnold was a better prospect than Zach Wilson was, but
So did I.
Oh, I still
I'm a
think
Giants
Sam
fan.
Darnold is a
We-
better prospect than Zach Wilson.
Yeah. No. I actually agree with them because I actually wanted Darnold instead of Saquon, and we took Saquon as a Giants fan. But like, absolutely agree.
is Saquon
But,
going to play this year?
Yeah, what's the deal with Saquon? I know he's been listed on the injury report. He's up in the air for Sunday, or at least the last I
No.
knew he was up in the air for Sunday.
So here's the deal. It was the MCL inflammation. His surgery was delayed. He won't be 100%. It's going to be a smoke screen. He won't be 100% till like week 7, week 8.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Wow.
He's not going to be 100% week 7, week 8. He's going to be like 80% max.
That's way longer than they thought they probably wanted to be.
Well, I am
Well,
glad
well-
I did not have a chance to draft him.
Jesus.
Well, he
Because
was
I
my
might have.
keeper. So it sucked because he got hurt week 2.
yeah.
And I had like the best team in the league, and it's like, oh my gosh, like you like staple my nipples to my knees and make me do sit-ups. Like fuck, like I'm screwed.
God damn.
No, I'm just saying, like, yeah, no, and it's a one-player keeper league, so I have to keep him. So I mean, like, yeah, no, but just being straight with it, like, yeah, no, but at the same time, like, if Solder that the Giants stole from the Pats, like, holds up, and for God, I'm saying like 10 Hail Marys. The left tackle holds up for the Giants. They get an offensive line. They have so much talent on the freaking skill positions.
They really do. I was telling our buddy today when we were playing golf. We were playing at Allendale, and I was telling a buddy about it. Like, I'm super high on Kenny Golladay this year. Like, I think he could have a potentially like magnificent season in terms of numbers, and you're right. I mean, the Giants they are loaded with talent. I mean, you look at Evan Ingram, Kenny Golladay, Danny Dimes, like Saquon, like they've got players. They just need it all to come together.
Yep. And here's the best / like the realest shit. The reason that everyone gravitates to football, especially now, it really is like box office in the sense like okay, 3 hours defines your freaking legacy. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, no, like, you either get it done or you don't. So I mean, like last year going into the season, I think all three of us or four of us combined were talking like Baker Mayfield. What about him? He balled out. Now all of a sudden he's on the come up. Like, I mean, you really got to get it done, or else you're get the fuck out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a very piss or get off the pot kind of league. Like there is no
patience anymore.
No, there is no waiting. I mean, who was the head coach that said, the one word that will get you fired the fastest? Potential.
Fred Kitchens.
Like, oh, this guy's got potential. And I bring it back to the whole, like, the Moneyball thing, where everybody's sitting in the thing and they're telling, whatever, Jonah Hill or Brad Pitt or whoever it was, and they're like, well, he's a really good hitter. And then he just responds with, well, then why doesn't he hit good? You know what I mean? Like,
why doesn't he hit?
Like, you either got to do or you don't in this league, and there's no room for, has-beens or has-whats or could-be's. You either are or you aren't. And Alex, I mean, we're up against the end of the show here, but
okay,
I don't want to cut you out. But
hey Joe,
what do you want to throw on? What do you want to throw on Sunday's game, brother? Because we got to throw at least a friendly wager on this.
Okay. How about this? A round of golf, all four of us.
Done. Yeah.
Whoever loses pays for it.
Where you want to go, Allendale?
Jesus.
Anywhere.
All right. Yes. Round of golf.
The whale sounds great.
Or I'll tell you this, Alex.
Wait.
Hold on. We'll put it.
Joe.
Go ahead.
As long as the Giants don't lose and you say Augusta or something, like.
No. It's gonna be realistic. Okay. I'm saying like Allendale on the top end, like less than $100. And just for the record, I'm only paying for you, Alex. I'm not paying for everybody.
Oh no, yeah, but I'd love to do round with all.
But we will do it together. But sounds good to me. Round of golf, you versus me, round of golf, and I love that idea.
Hey, last quick thing. Saquon my balls, man. He's going on.
Is that your team name?
Yeah, that is fantasy.
That is my team name.
That's right up there with suck my dack.
Yeah.
Fuck the Cowboys, man.
I mean, I think you basically just spoke. Everybody in New England was like, wow, this New Yorker, he gets it, man. He gets it.
Oh,
fuck the Cowboys. Yep. Yeah, fuck them. I love the Cowboys.
Nick Foles.
Hey, guys, seriously, love you. Have not missed a podcast. I've just figured my shit out, so that's the lack of calls. But really, you guys are awesome. Like, keep up the good work.
Thanks, Alex.
Alex, we appreciate it, brother. We will talk. I'll talk to you next week, and we'll discuss the results of Sunday.
Oh man. Oh yeah.
Actually, you know what? I'm just kidding.
Be Jekyll and Hyde.
I'm just kidding. You'll be hearing from me on Sunday. Who are we kidding? You'll be hearing from me on Sunday.
Oh, sounds great. All right, take care.
All right,
love
brother. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah, take care.
Excellent call. Thank you, Alex. Alex he's one of our insiders. He's got some actual real sources. I've spoken with him many a times. No dummy. He's no stranger to this shit either, and he knows exactly what he is doing. So let's put a pin in it there, boys, unless you guys got anything to add.
No, football show.
I think we covered it pretty well.
No doubt. Well, it is Football Eve. It is back, boys. Cakes and pies. It's back. We're back. Football is fucking back. I don't care that the Sunday night game looks like absolute shit.
What is the Sunday game?
I am drinking my face off.
Bears, Rams.
Let's go, Rams, baby, yeah!
My goal is to be so goddamn drunk by the time that game kicks off. My wife wants to divorce me for the third time that day.
That day, wow.
That day. Well, because I had to figure she's probably going to want to divorce me at least twice during the Broncos-Giants game. Every single time Teddy Two Gloves decides to check it down on 3rd and 7. But we will be back next Tuesday, right here on Row 1, Seat 1, Joey Fats Radio. You can catch this show within the hour. It'll be uploaded on Spotify. You can listen to it every single day there. We'll put every show on there. And we'll see you next Tuesday night, guys.
Thanks to Jarvis Green as well.
And big ups to our guest, Jarvis Green. Thank you, brother.
He dies. He dies. He dies. He dies.